like an athlete, but got no jumper. Ballin' like an athlete, but got no jumper.
No Jumper, coolest podcast in the world. And today we have, well, now my great friend Andy Dick on the podcast. How you doing, Andy?
Wow. Well, I'm doing great because you called me your great friend.
I think we could be
Makes
great
me feel
friends.
good. I think we are.
You-
We were instant friends.
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
And you know what I think is really interesting about you though is that it's like you're someone that I've just like been so consistently seeing in my peripheral for my entire life that it's kind of like I didn't feel any sort of like nervousness or it's
Yeah.
weird to say hi and like meet somebody when it's like bro, I've been you've been around.
It's like people think they know me. Yeah.
But do you feel that way? Is it? Yeah.
I feel like I know people, and I feel like I walk anywhere. Just going to get this Starbucks now. People, there's a myriad of reactions I get, but mostly it's like, oh, that guy.
Like, it's like a sharing.
They're happy and they smile when they see me. There's the occasional person that looks at me and goes, "Oh, I'm not that guy."
Really?
Well, yeah.
Well, see,
Or what is he up to? Or is he drunk?
I mean, your reputation precedes you, I guess, in a sense. Like, and that was one thing I was listening to you on the excellent Guys We Fucked podcast.
I love those girls.
And you are not one of the guys that they fucked.
Tried to be.
You tried to fuck them.
And I can't remember which one. I mixed them up. One of them is Christina, and the other one, I know.
See, my girlfriend is obsessed with their podcast, and now and
girls love it.
Yeah, my girlfriend loves them.
Girls love it, and whenever they're in town, I can bring your girlfriend over to them and have
they're
her meet
in
them.
the DMs. They're talking.
Oh, okay, they're already.
I
friends.
love it.
Yeah,
It's, you know, girls are so easy when you bring them together.
yeah. They just
If
they
like
won't
each
shut
other,
up. Yeah.
You know what it is? They walk in.
Then you're the fifth wheel.
You are so pretty.
Oh,
I love your shirt. Something
that's
like
what
that.
they do? Okay.
One compliment, boom, they're in love.
The
you know?
two girls from Guys We Fucked they wrote a book, and they asked me to write the quote on the back.
Wow, that's nice.
One of the three quotes. Yeah, isn't that nice?
That is nice. That's a nice little
I've
reward.
done that for a few books, and the weird thing is I don't read.
At all.
Wait, not really.
So you'll write a review of a book that you haven't read? You're willing to admit that here?
But I told them send it one to me because I want to read it. You want
Right.
me to read the quote I wrote?
Yeah, sure.
Let's see if I can find it. I texted it to them.
See, it's very, very interesting that you, someone who notoriously, you know, has dealt with sobriety over the years, you rolled up with guys who are just rolling backwards over, like tons of backwards. A couple of them have 40s.
They smoke trees. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, big stanky backwoods.
And I don't mind. I would even take a puff. I really don't care. I'm not a
Weed's not your thing.
sobriety Nazi anymore. In fact, I have. Although I was going to say I don't count days anymore. Are you sober? No. Oh, right. I heard you say you were getting
Absolutely
fucked up with
not.
your girlfriend.
It was a terrible, insane weekend.
What
Manic.
happened? Tell me a little bit about that.
Xanax, cocaine, alcohol, group sex.
No. The group sex. Now you got me.
Yeah.
You should have invited me.
Well, because you know what it is my girlfriend's got like a fucking million Instagram followers, so she's got all these girls all over the fucking world that love her.
So it was all girl. It was you and a bunch of girls.
Yes.
No other guys.
Hell no.
So there was room for one more. Hi.
So you wanted to be up in there.
Hi. I would.
You're even about that?
I would have loved it. Yeah.
I think of you as mostly dickly.
Mostly gay. Yeah. Strictly dickly. No, not at all.
That's not true.
No.
That was true at one point.
No.
But then you got the electroshock therapy from Mike Pence.
Yeah.
Mike Pence administered it on you.
Right. No. I got my left nut cut off. No. I had a girl when I was in this last rehab I lived in for 2 years. 2 fucking years I lived.
You were in it when you did the Guys We Fuck podcast, yeah.
Yes,
Was
you're
that,
right.
that was
one
the
of
same
them.
one?
One of them. I've done so many of them. I do their live one when they come to LA.
Oh, with them. Okay.
But there was a girl I met. I'm 51, and I met a girl when she was 20 in the rehab, and she pursued me.
You were talking about her in the one that I listened to.
Yeah.
She was 21 at the time.
Yeah,
You were talking about how
now she's 22 or 23.
And you're still with her?
No.
Oh,
we went out for, that's my point. We went out for 2 years, and then she moved to Alaska, which is
get away
very
from
far,
you.
kind of.
Really?
In a way.
She started fishing or something? What was she doing? Like, what the fuck are you doing in Alaska compared to LA?
Building igloos. I really don't know. Hunting polar bear. But now she moved to Washington, D.C. Her next move is probably going to be Hawaii. She wants to stay in the U.S., but as far away from me.
What are your thoughts on her? Like, did you ruin her life?
You would have to talk to her about all that. But all I know
Coming up next week.
I'm missing your
I'll find her.
pom-poms. No, she doesn't want anyone to
is
know
she?
that we went out.
So you were talking
But that
about
cheerleader song, I hear it and I think of her. She's just had the best body. And I need a girl.
Okay, see,
I need a girl really bad.
I identify a trait within you that I see within myself too. That if it's a really really pretty girl, that my brain will trick my thinking conscious self into believing that I like her a lot.
Yes, it's exactly that, because our relationship, to be honest, was quite toxic. It was probably the worst. No, there wasn't a lot of fighting because I would just shut the fuck up. Because if we fought, I wasn't going to be fucking her that night.
And so
I would just I became a henpecked, pussy whipped. No, it's called it's called a
cuck.
Yeah, a cuckold.
Yeah, that's a
cuckold.
popular term now.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, I became a cuckold for 2 years. I would just be, yes, whatever you want, honey.
Really?
Whatever, just please, just lay down.
Well, how
Take
many
your
times were
clothes
you
off.
trying to fuck her in like a day or a week?
Oh, I would fuck her every day.
Once a day, twice.
Sometimes it would be twice a day. Sometimes it would be like, with her, there was no marathons, but occasionally there would be the 5 times in one night situation where I would wake up with a boner and fuck her again. I would wake up again, fuck her, wake up in the morning, fuck her.
I love that when you start to get in that, that repetition.
But that didn't happen very often. But mostly it was just a simple, once a day fucking.
So it sounds like it was pretty fucked up too, because you were talking about how she hid it from her mom and her whole family.
Everybody.
And
nobody knows we dated. She wouldn't let me post pictures of her. Well, for a
and how'd that
girl, I
feel?
understand. I didn't like it, and I addressed it a few times until she shut me up, and I was a cuckold.
Right.
I was just henpecked and pussy whipped. So I would say, oh, I get it. I get it. Because for a girl, it's weird to be, she's 20. I'm more than half her age. I mean, twice her age. She's more than half my age. And it's not cool. It looked to other people, she said, that like she was trying to get ahead, but she's not. She wasn't in the entertainment industry. She's in politics.
So she's just like regretfully dating someone who happens to be world famous? That just happened? She just fell into this
I think it was
somehow?
my reputation. And that's the thing, is
How
that
did you
she
even
was so
land her?
straight-laced. She pursued me.
Wow, on social media or something?
No, I told you we lived in the same rehab.
Oh, okay.
And
My bad.
no, it's okay.
I'm
But
high as hell already.
oh, you are? You guys need to smoke more so I can get some kind of contact high and catch up a little bit.
I'll blow a hit in your face.
Just
that's
do
lit.
it.
Yeah.
Just do it. Here, he's handing it to you right now. But what I was going to say is she just, I think it was what you said earlier. It was my reputation. She didn't want to be known to, be dating.
I didn't want to get too close or anything. You like that? You like that smell? All right,
Yeah,
cool.
but I do. That the only tobacco is the leaf around it, right? Yeah, I don't like tobacco. But that wasn't bad. That was pleasant and light. But did you hear what I said though? She just, it was my reputation being a crazy person.
And see, that was the weirdest thing for me
And
listening
bi,
to you today.
and bi,
Oh,
yeah.
so is bi weird for girls?
Yeah,
I wonder that sometimes.
Yeah. Well, this girl was so straight laced.
Right.
Not in bed though. But anyways,
But you got to think that she's got something deep down inside that's wrong with her, because she's chasing after a relationship with somebody that she's doesn't want to be public about. Like,
and then that was the dichotomy of the whole thing, is that she's so fucking crazy. It was hard to be in a relationship with her. But the problem with that is the only people that will date me have to be crazy.
Yeah.
You have to be out of your fucking mind. I wouldn't date me.
right. And even if you weren't crazy, you've been projecting a crazy image for all these years.
And I'm really not crazy. I mean, I don't think so, except to the extent that everybody is crazy. Right. Everybody is. Everybody has their foibles or their problems.
You've been sober for how long?
That's what I was saying earlier. Also, I'm not counting days.
Oh, okay.
I'm not playing that game anymore.
A couple of years now?
No. I had 2 years, but then I drank at a function. It was a benefit for autism. Okay. In Fullerton, and I got very depressed. Everybody was drinking. The mayor was drinking. Everybody was having a fun time drinking. The mayor, and it was a woman. This mayor, a young woman, kind of hot.
She can do it. Why can't I? Right?
Yeah, and I'm like, what am I doing? I'm doing a benefit. I'm not even getting paid. And, I would think I got paid a little bit, but for autism, and they said, can I get you anything? And something just clicked, and I said that when they said anything, I thought, wow, could you get me a really, in fact, the best bottle of Pinot Noir that you can find? And then within minutes, he was back with one. I'm like, wow, you really can get me anything. You know what? I'll just have a little sip. It's been 2 years. I haven't had any alcohol. And like I said, I was depressed. Everybody was having fun. I wasn't laughing. And I'm like, what am I doing? So I had a little sip, and then the wheels came off almost instantly. Now I'm on stage, drunk. And I said, remember the 90s when I was kicking ass and I had multiple shows and I was making tens of millions of dollars. I missed the 90s so
you just started
so
spilling
bad.
your guts.
Yeah, and I said, and now look at me. I'm in downtown Fullerton doing comedy for retards.
Oh, the autism people really
They
don't like
just
that.
laughed.
Oh, jeez.
And I was joking. I
Did it
know
go
they're not
viral?
retarded.
Did it go-
No, because nobody recorded it.
Wow, you really got lucky, my friend.
No, but I had to talk to the mayor, and by then we're both sloshed.
mayor,
I
Peter.
did. I said, I'll do anything. I'll throw a brunch for all the retards. I was just kidding. I know they're not retarded. I was really thought
know.
I was being funny, but I was just drunk.
The word retard is a hot word these days. It didn't
well,
used to be.
You can't do it. You can't say anything anymore. You really can't. So I got back to the sober living. It was a sober living I was living in for 2 years, right on the beach, right next to Malibu Pier. My own little house. It was great, and it was called Soba, and they took care of me, and they were great, and I stayed fucking sober, which is very hard for me. But when I got back, my bags were packed. Bags are packed.
Really?
Ready to go. They kicked me out, basically.
Just because of that one incident, they kicked you out?
There were a few more, but you know, I exaggerated when I said my bags were packed. There was a couple more incidents, and then my bags really were packed. They packed them for me.
So incidents where you were
I
ceasing to be
couldn't
sober,
stop.
or were you
yeah,
just
within
doing,
days.
Okay.
Like 2 or 3 days went by, and I just couldn't fucking stop.
See, I'm very interested in that moment where you choose to drink as a person who consciously makes the decision. For
I think it's like it's a steam cooker, pressure
Right.
cooker. I think for 2 years I was fucking bubbling over. I was doing the work too. I was going to the meetings. I had a sponsor. I had multiple sponsors because everybody was always giving me advice. I was surrounded by all sober people, just living with sober people.
you were describing it as a bubble, like a bubble within a bubble, because
It was
Malibu's
like
a bubble,
that.
and I was like,
and I was in a bubble.
and when
You're right.
But is that the ultimate path towards you having a healthy life? Is to be trapped inside a bubble that makes it so it's almost impossible for you to fuck up?
Yes, but it's like jail.
Right.
And it's like a pressure cooker, and I exploded. So now I just want to relax because I exploded and the wheels came off bad. It's like your weekend that you described. That was my last 9 months. It was like
Until
just-
when?
Till around the 4th of July
Is when you chilled out
when
a
my
little?
friend died.
Oh,
My roommate at Soba. He was my roommate for 2 years, and he overdosed, heroin overdose.
really?
And and I went to his memorial, and I was drinking, and we had just drank a couple nights before, and then he died, and I went to the memorial, and, I was in that mode of drinking. So you can't just fucking stop drinking, because you start shaking. So I was drinking a little just to be able to go. I was thinking not to go. I shouldn't even go. But that would be crappy, and I would
Was he that
regret
close to you?
Oh, we were very close, yeah. Like I said, we were hanging out all night, just 2 nights before he died.
Right.
And I made him promise me that night that he would not go back to heroin. And I got right up in his face like our noses were touching, and I said, don't go back to heroin. And then 2 days later, he's dead. But I went to the memorial, and all the people from the rehab were there, and I was like, I was shaky, and something was going on with my skin. It's not funny at all. My skin was like blotchy, and I was bloated, and I was like dying, and I had to sneak some drinks from the bar that the memorial was at, and so now I smell like vodka, and it was just a fucking nightmare.
So did you check yourself into rehab, or did
No, that's the thing. I've been to like over 20 rehabs. Have you?
No,
You don't need it.
I never got bad with it. That's the weird thing.
Yeah,
I feel
you
like I've
do.
been dabbling so hard all these years, but never really got to the point where it became an issue.
But give me let's just take this weekend
Okay.
that just went by. Give me a high point, and when I mean high point, I guess I mean low point. Tell me when it got real, a little bit too much or bad.
Well, on like Saturday morning,
Yeah.
my girlfriend was just like, listen, I mean, and
Saturday morning, you hadn't slept yet.
no, we slept for I got a good 5-6 hours in there.
Okay.
But then she just said, like when we were with those girls last night, you were so fucking drunk that because I'm super like aggressive with her sexually, and she was like, I want you. She's like, I wished that you were more sober because the girls did have a good time, but that you were just like a little bit too drunk. And honestly, it wasn't that bad. Honestly, like I haven't
Too drunk, meaning you couldn't get it up.
No, I was hard as a fucking rock. I was going crazy. I was just
don't
like,
get- don't
she,
get me going.
she said I was just like kind
Don't
of
get
blacked
me
out, just being a little too aggressive. And I was like, oh, fuck, that makes me feel like shit to think that I did anything wrong in that situation because I want to be
Aggressive.
on point as fuck in that situation because that's the kind of situation that so easily could not be cool in the perspective of my girlfriend, you know?
Right. So you blacked out because you didn't remember that part.
Yeah, and that's the worst part is that I don't have like a really
then
good memory of
A
this to jerk
blackout
off to.
is one of the things. No, really, but getting blacked out is one of the, like you do have people would say, not me. People would say you have a problem and that you should go to rehab. Honestly, it depends on the people that you hang out with. If you were hanging out with all straight edge people, like, by the way, Ryan is straight edge over here.
And
Ryan X Edge.
I could not believe it when I saw you walk up with him.
Yeah, talk about him because you guys seem to know each other from a long time ago. Ryan X Edge.
From my perspective, it was just in the very early days of Instagram, before I had really seen anyone like get famous on Instagram. There was this other dude who had a bunch of fucking tattoos on their face, just like him.
Yeah.
And they were always at clubs in Hollywood, and I would always just see him, and he just stands out in my mind because he was one of the first people that I remember actually like getting on Google and being like, all right, well, who the fuck is this guy?
Right.
And like trying to figure it out on Instagram. And now that is such a normal experience.
Yeah, there's
every day
tons
you
of
see
those.
some chick, she got a nice butt. You're looking her up. She got 100,000 followers. Who is this? You never do anything about it maybe, but you just look.
He is a pretty guy with cool tattoos and a fucking cute dog. And that back in the day, boom! Like how many people follow you, Ryan? 300,000. Now that's kind of low numbers these days. These days you've got to be in the millions.
How do you feel that you've adapted to social media?
Oh,
the social
like
media
I heard
age?
when I was over there in the bathroom, I heard somebody saying they couldn't get their Twitter account verified. I don't know.
That was me.
Oh, you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't get my fucking Instagram account verified.
Really? That's super
and I go to the help section and the contact us, and I said, could you please verify me? It's me, Auntie Dick.
Don't you know like a million industry people that like
I mean, I
work
could
at some
probably
PR
walk
firm?
into the Instagram office, but where is it? I'd have there's work I would.
You don't
have
know
to
some
do.
girl that works at a PR firm that will do it for you or something?
Yeah,
You do.
do plenty.
You
of
just
them.
reach out.
I
feel like you
grab
just-
your dick.
You've been at this for so long that you're almost like, fuck my
I
network.
know, I really don't care. But also, it's I do care though because my kids. I have kids. Do you?
No.
Why do you laugh like that? You don't want them?
Hell no.
I know. I shouldn't say I don't because I have them.
Yeah. But when do you have your first kid? How old were you?
I was really young,
Oh,
like
okay.
in early 20s. But they were all happy accidents.
Okay.
But I wanted to
How many in total?
3.
3. Okay.
But then I have 2 step kids because my ex that I have a kid with has other kids. But Joey, can we get him on a mic at some point? Because that's an interesting story, and that's the whole reason why I'm here.
Well, okay. So can we relay that real quick? Yeah. Is that
But
we
I
were
see
doing?
his mic's not set up.
No. Yeah. We're only on 2 mics currently. Yeah.
But
A little extra intimate.
We can't.
No, those things are.
They're
Those
just
things
for
are out of operation right now.
why? What did you do?
They're toxic.
What's his name again?
Kevin.
Kevin.
Don't blame it on
These-
Kevin.
But they don't work. Why?
What
do you mean they're toxic?
We've got just stuff going on with the computer and stuff.
Okay, it
you
doesn't
know.
matter.
But yeah, we were doing the Mod Son interview, and Joey is Mod's friend, and so he was there.
And you guys FaceTimed me.
we did right in the middle of it, and I mean, even then, that was like over a year ago. I was like, I cannot
was?
fucking believe that I'm on FaceTime with Andy Dick right now. I was blown away.
my
You know that it seems normal
That
to
was a
me
year ago.
now, but at
Yeah.
the time, I felt kind of astounded by that, and now I'm sitting here doing the interview. It doesn't seem that crazy.
It's not crazy, and also probably within that year, your popularity went way up,
You know?
right?
Well, I did an interview
Did
with
it?
Master P the other day. So
No.
Master P is kind of like you in the sense that he's someone who's like almost
Been around
always been in my
forever.
consciousness,
Right.
except for the thing with Master P is that you very much get the vibe from him that like he will probably like beat the shit out of you if you said something rude to him, which I don't really get so much from you. I don't. Not to say, yeah, I don't want to say anything, but you combine that.
Fast show.
Master P really blew my mind because it's like the respect, the money, because he's like insanely wealthy.
Is he really?
Yes, and then also just the fact that he still kind of has like a sort of demeanor that is like, hey, don't fuck around with me.
Yeah, he's very, very, very quiet. Yeah, and then like you said, you say the wrong thing.
Like a
He'll just
general
fucking
or something,
backhand
yeah.
you. But he was on the Andy Dick show.
He was, really?
And it was a
What year we
sleepover.
talking?
I think the Andy Dick show was right at the 2000, right, 2000 or 2001, 2002.
So you guys
It
talking
went
about
on for a couple
Y2K the whole
years.
time?
It wasn't an interview show. It was
okay.
How old are you?
33.
You didn't see the Andy Dick show?
I
Don't worry
remember
about
it, but I just don't remember like what it was.
Well, the
as
sketch I did, it was like a sketch show.
Yeah, okay.
We did 22 episodes, by the way, which they cannot put out because of the music that's on there. Because on MTV, they were allowed to use 37 seconds of any music of anything that's ever been on MTV.
That's so
But then
interesting.
that was before DVDs and all that shit. And then that came out.
And
then,
MTV used to play videos all fucking day, and they didn't pay royalties to the artists on anything. I don't believe. I think that was the way they had it set up.
That was their rule because they were
Amazing.
giving them, they were giving them advertising.
And they had such a monopoly on the business that what the fuck? Everybody wanted to be on MTV so bad.
And I was.
And then you had BET and VH1 that somehow those were like the ideas that if MTV is popular music, then if there's going to be two other versions of that, then it's going to be old motherfucker music, VH1.
Yeah.
And then
and black and
and
country.
then cool people.
And country.
And country too, yeah.
What is that called?
Because even
Country, what is it called?
CMT, right? Or-
Yeah, country music television.
I remember like even as a 9-year-old, like completely recognizing that BET was like the coolest thing on TV.
Well, but back to Master P. We did a
right.
sketch called, I don't remember what it was called, but it was sleeping. It was a sleepover with me. Oh no, he came to my house and wanted to go out to the clubs. He's like, let's go. Because that was my reputation, going out to clubs and whatever.
With Master P.
No, with anyone.
I know.
Mostly by myself.
I've seen you out and about.
Yeah. Not lately.
No, not lately.
No. Although I was out last night at the Peppermint Club. That was my first time.
Really?
It's just a friend's birthday.
I hear about that place all the time now.
Me too. Had never been there.
Hashtag ad.
Yeah, you get
You got
some
a
free
label
drinks
now.
there. Yeah.
Is that a paid endorsement?
No. I went. Honestly, it was my friend Jane's birthday. But Master P comes to my door and he says, "Let's go." And I'm like, "No, I have a better idea. Let's have a little sleepover." And so we're making tents and we're making s'mores and we're eating popcorn and we're laughing and all that. But he coined this phrase that I was saying this morning. I was calling my son this because he didn't know what I was saying. He was saying this. He was improvising this during the sketch because I was acting a little, faggoty. He's like, "Whoa, you some kind of fun boy?"
Fun. You think he started Fun Boy?
I never heard it before.
Really?
Did
I've
you
heard
know
that a
that?
lot over the years.
Well, you some kind of fun boy? You got,
Fun
and
boy.
then he would say, "You got sugar in your tank?"
He said that too.
Yeah. What are you, some kind of fun boy? And it's on this in the sketch. It's on TV.
That's great.
Yeah. What are you, some kind of fun boy?
Well, now they say fuck boy.
No, that must have been the original one, fuck boy.
Well, that's
And then
kinda newer.
they,
Sugar in the tank is pretty funny.
Have you heard that?
No,
You got a
I
little
like that.
sugar in your
That's funny.
tank. You got some sugar in your tank,
It just
boy?
seems like a
You some
good
kind of
metaphor for
fun
being
boy.
gay. Yeah.
It's so sugar in your tank.
But then if you put sugar in the tank of someone's car, the car never works again, and that's absolutely not how gay sex works.
No,
You get fucked in the ass, you just keep on going.
Oh God.
Just
I'm thinking
pondering
of
gay sex.
No, I'm thinking of the look on the guy's face when I stick that big dick in there.
How is that?
Oh, that's good for me. But
Yeah.
the face they make is almost like the face you're making right now.
So you're a top? Exclusive?
top.
Only?
Only.
You never took it in the ass?
Never will.
Wow, I can't believe gay
Well,
sex is so
believe
fascinating,
that.
man.
Believe that,
That's amazing,
fun boy.
man.
What are you, some kind of fun boy?
At what point in your life do you realize that you only ever want to be the one dishing out pain?
My whole life. Who wants anything in their butt? I can't. That's why I don't understand why people like that, and that's why I was pondering.
That kind of
the
makes
look
you an
on their
odd
face.
member of the gay community that you have no idea why people
Not
like
even
this.
in the gay community.
don't think so?
I'm not. They won't let me in
Why? Because you're so problematic? Because you said that N-word that time?
because I don't think the gay people like when you like girls. And
you're
and
too
straight-
bi.
I'm too, yeah, and that's the worst thing to be.
To be bi now.
I think it is.
See, it's,
well, no,
it's
but
hard times
millennials
for
are
a
like
white cis male, but you're saying it's hard for even like a, in-between white male.
No, not lately though, because when I was growing up, it was. But these millennials, and now they're calling them post millennials. I live in a house. I realized the other day that I'm the patriarch in this house of all kids, all my kids and all their boyfriends and girlfriends and all their boyfriends and girlfriends, brothers and sisters. There's like 9 people, and then I'm the only adult.
And these people, these are your kids and stuff, and they all live in your big old house?
Yeah, and I feel like one of us is invading the other one's space because I'm not taking care of them. I'm not going, you guys make sure you're home by midnight.
So you don't even try to declare any sort of rules or anything?
I was doing dishes,
Right.
which is one thing. I'm like, I can't live like this. So I was doing everyone's dishes. And I finally said, you know what, by the way, I'm fucking done doing dishes. I'm going to do my dishes and keep them in my room.
It's funny that you're just describing being a dad right now because it seems so foreign to you.
That's the thing. I don't feel like I'm a dad. I feel like I have roommates that are all millennials and post-millennials.
That happen to have been formed out of your DNA.
Some of them.
Most of them, yeah. Okay.
Not most of them. There's
bunch of
only
them.
2 of them.
Yeah.
Because the other one from another woman is 28 and he doesn't even live there. So there's only 2 of my biological kids, and then all these other, and they're called millennials. But the post-millennials are almost worse. They're so bitchy and entitled, and they think and probably do know everything. They probably do know more than me. They probably do.
Okay.
They probably do, but they certainly act like they do. You know what I mean?
Yes.
They're just fucking bitchy. He's one. He's a millennial. He's looking at like these guys. Kevin thinks he's looking at us like they think they know.
I've never thought about calling
Talking
Kev a millennial, but that's
Well, no,
interesting.
he is.
Okay.
Yeah, he is, and he's looking at us like he's looking at us saying to himself, these fucking old faggots think they know what
You
they're
think he's
talking
going to throw me in that category too?
It's just a word they use, and actually they don't.
No, that's a big off-limits word
That's
now.
one of the big.
Even if you're gay, they don't want to hear you saying that shit, man.
No, I'm allowed to say it because here's a phrase.
But
I
even
say.
you, I feel like, could get in trouble if you said it in the wrong context.
But I'm allowed
right?
to because I've chomped down on a schnickerdoodle.
But
or
how
toodle.
many do you
I have
need
done that.
to?
I have.
You suck a dick one time, you get a faggot pass?
Or toodle, I said.
Or okay.
So, like, you at least have to do it twice. You know, like Mae West said, I'll try anything twice. Because the first time, maybe there was something wrong.
Right.
You got to give it another shot.
Right. So
Have you ever sucked a dick? Be honest.
No.
Don't fuck with me.
I swear to
Don't
God.
fuck with
No.
me.
I swear-
With all that shit that goes on with your girlfriend and these orgies.
Where do you
there
think a
wasn't-
dick's going to come from? Just pop
You
a
know
dick
what?
out real quick?
Knock, knock, knock. Guess who's here? Hi, it's me. I'm coming to your next orgy.
I'm trying to think if I would
I'm
be
coming.
more or less comfortable with you
Knock,
being
knock.
there than like the average other person. Because I'm definitely not into the idea, but I'm just wondering if it'd be worse. Like if you would be worse than like some guy off Craigslist. I don't know. Because I feel some
Ew,
degree of
what?
comfort with you.
Yeah, of course I would be better than a guy off Craigslist.
You ever pay for sex?
One time I did.
Why?
yes.
What happened?
No. 2 or 3 times. No, only because I was with people that wanted me to. And I was the one that had money. I went, fine.
Okay.
And it was always with other guy friends of mine. Twice I paid
But
for
fucking
a girl.
guys or fucking women?
No.
Okay.
Twice I paid for a girl, and once I paid for a guy, for my guy friend and me. I was there, but it was awkward. I was doing it almost mostly for the experience. It was. I didn't come during any of these 3 times.
Interesting.
But it was very strange.
I feel like it's probably a lot harder for you to come then because I mean, nothing's
Yeah.
going to stop me from coming in that situation. I got a condom on. I'm just
No,
going to get it over with.
No.
You didn't have a condom on?
No. I didn't even fuck them. No, I didn't even fuck them. You would not have came.
Why not?
Because we ordered. I was ordering it for these my horny friends because I can like get women for free. I don't, or guys, I don't need to pay for it. But I'm like, God, fine, I'll buy you guys something. But I went in, I think it was the back of the LA Weekly or somewhere, and I got just some cheap ass whatever. And this woman shows up, and she's fucking used up.
Oh, really? Okay.
Leathery skin, saggy.
Somehow I
She
thought
must
you
have been
were
in
gonna-
her 50s.
I thought you were going to be exercising some degree of discretion here, and then
No,
you're going to
but
get some decent
these
prostitute.
guys didn't care.
Really?
That's
Who
my
are these
point.
guys? Who are you hanging out with?
Oh, you don't even want to know. One of them, no, one of them turned out to be a super, super big, famous rock star.
Really?
I can't say who.
No, we shouldn't. That's bad. That's against the
You
Hollywood
know who I'm
code.
talking about, Joey? Yeah, he knows.
Wow, that's so interesting. You know what I think is an interesting dynamic that I've heard guys describe recently, though, is that it's like once you get rich enough, why wouldn't you pay for sex? Because if you're rich enough, what's $300, $400, whatever you got to give a girl that sex?
No,
it's
you're right.
nothing, right?
You're right. You're
so
right.
then it just
Because,
becomes
you know why?
like a thing for
oh,
these
I've
guys.
thought about this a lot.
Yeah.
But right now, I'm not on a show, so I can't do that. But
You couldn't afford $400 a night to fuck some hooker. Come
You
on.
pay for sex no matter what.
Oh,
Whether you buy,
exactly, yeah.
like when I had this one girl for 5 years, her name was, I'm just going to say her name was Lisa, and that is what her name is, but I'm not going to say her last name, but people, my friends will know which one I'm talking about of my girls. You can see us on the internet. She's like she's an 11, and we went out for 5 years. I fucked her so I couldn't get enough of her.
Yeah.
And when she left me, God, that was a fucking nightmare. She left me for Jeff Goldblum. It was really a nightmare. That's a whole story in and of itself. But anyhow, when she left, I was so depressed and angry. I would lay in bed for days, and then she was still addicted to my dick. She would come over, even though she was dating Mr. the Fly. She was dating him, but she would come over and see me still laying in the same position she had left me the day before. And then she'd quickly strip down and fuck me and then say, he's waiting out. I got to go because we're going to have dinner. I got to go.
Right.
Like, I was like the used woman. I was a cuckold again.
Yeah.
It was horrible. But my point is that I looked back on it and I said something about this there was a show back then called the Craig Kilborn Show.
Yeah, it
It was like, I think now it's Adam, or what's his name? What is his name? No, it's the late
Jimmy
night-
Kimmel now.
No, right after Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah, fuck.
What is that guy? God. Who? No,
Jimmy
no.
Fallon?
No, the late night one. No, it's late at night. Come on.
Is it the black guy?
No, he goes around L.A. mostly to like.
I haven't had TV in like 10 years, so I'm
Yeah.
kind of in the...
No,
He drives around and does.
he's my friend. He used to date that girl. He was an MTV guy. He was an MTV VJ. He was
Carson Daly.
yes, Carson Daly.
Carson Daly, I grew up on.
Yeah, exactly.
TRL, buddy.
Yeah. Me
Yeah.
too. And yeah, I can't believe I speak because I know him. But his show is really cute. But anyhow, but the Craig Kilborn show. I was on the show, and it hit me. You always pay for sex with that girl. I bought her so many things. Bought her so many meals. Let her stay with me. Bought her clothes. This and that. That I said on Craig Kilborn, I wish I had bought a whore every night for the last 5 years than to ever have gone out with her, because there's no emotional attachment. There's no toxicity that when you break it off, it's worse.
Yeah.
It's worse. So, right? Like, you're
But
paying for your girl, aren't you? Don't you pay for her? Don't you buy things for her?
Sure.
Didn't you buy her a couple tats?
No, I don't let her do the tattoo thing.
Really?
Forbid her.
What? But you're covered. It looks like you're wearing a shirt.
Yeah, I look like shit. So the
No, you
tattoo
look
thing.
good. I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
you
but the
look good. I
tattoos
like
might have
it.
made me look good, right?
I like it.
She's got a really nice body. I just told her, I'm like, hey,
Let me see a picture.
You don't want to see it. You want to see it?
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna get a
I want to
fucking
see some
rock hard on.
titties. I want to see some
You're gonna
titties.
get so hard,
Are you going to
bro.
show me
You're
some
gonna
titties?
jerk off under
I
the
can show
table.
you titties.
This is the first time this has ever happened that I got to show somebody my GF on
God.
on the pod.
Oh my! Wait, what nationality is she? Asian?
Armenian.
Armenian. Yes, I see. I do like.
At Lena the Plug.
I do. Oh Jesus! You.
God, I wish
see
he was
some,
here.
I can see some nip right here.
Yeah, she might get deleted. Uh-oh. Don't flag her, bro.
Wait, what does that mean? I have to click on it?
No, you can don't.
Like you can see.
You could, but don't.
This is like. She's wearing floss up her butt crack on that one. There's just wearing nothing. And here's.
Oh,
you
see,
can
I had a
here.
threesome with her and this girl. How you feel about that?
Jealous. Like when you do that.
Well, Native American girl. What are your thoughts?
Native American.
It's
So
very multicultural
she's
right
like
there.
Cherokee.
I don't know exactly.
Did
But
she go? Oh.
no.
But wait, can I ask you something?
Sure.
When you do this threesome thing and shit, do you? Oh wait, I should turn towards the camera.
Oh god, here comes the big question.
No. What I would do if I could have two girls like that, or 3 or 4, or up to 5, I think 5 would be my limit, is just line them up on their knees, butt to butt to butt to butt to butt, and just go in. First I'd go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I would just shake it up.
Meander.
5, 3, 2. You know what? I forgot what one was like. Let me go back in there. Do you do that?
I've done the situation with me and 3 other girls, and it's already very much like, wow, like one dick is not enough to take care of all the desire that is emanating from these 3 people.
Oh, they want yours so bad.
Well, it's kind of like
you must have a
you
big
feel
dick.
very in demand. Yeah, I got
you,
this dick.
Yeah, you look like a guy that would have a meaty, thick, big dick.
My cock's all right, I guess. Yeah. Can't complain about my cock.
Me either. Honestly, that's like the best.
If I
thing
had a
about me.
picture of my dick or on my computer right now, I would show you, and you would get to give me your thoughts.
I
Wow.
do have one on mine.
Of your dick? See,
I only have one picture of it.
Can I
because
totally
a
offend you?
friend, Oh God.
Can I really
No, I
offend
know
you?
what you're gonna say. I don't want to see a picture of your dick. Well, now I'm
I
gonna
do
fucking
want-
shove it in your
I'm
face.
not totally opposed, but this is the assumption that I have. Some people have built-in prejudices. I feel like you're old enough and that you've done enough drugs that you probably just like almost never get a boner anymore.
No, I
Okay.
do. Yeah.
See, that's what I fear
fuck-
for myself, perhaps.
If you keep doing a lot of drugs, you have to offset it. People that know me know that I'm extremely, almost to a fault, way into health food and herbs and vitamins.
Not me so much.
Yeah, you might want to get into that because by the time you hit, you said you're how old again?
33.
You're 33. By the time you hit 40, you might be a saggy little poor little.
How are you doing at
limp
33?
dick. Oh God, I was fucking too much. And I still fuck a lot. That's
Okay,
the thing.
good.
I'm 51, but that's because I take herbs and I exercise and I offset it.
Really?
Yeah.
See, that's the way. You can't be doing everything all at once. You can't smoke, drink, do coke, and not exercise, huh? You got to at least
No,
exercise.
you have to offset it. And when I would, like, there would be bouts. Even then, I was still, like, even this last 9 months when I fell off the wagon, I was still fucking
Yeah.
a lot.
Is that like your way of
Fucking, I have a.
Is it a replacement for drugs in a way? Like if I can't do drugs and
no,
drinking, then
no. Drugs
It's
are
just-
a replacement.
It's just
for
always
sex.
there, right?
No. You just had it
Oh,
backwards.
okay.
My real true addiction is sex.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it really is. Joey, you would say that way. Yeah. He knows me. He worked for me. We have to tell Joey's story. Did you tell him already on the other podcast? Oh, then you already
I know
know.
a bit about Joey.
No, I'm driving in my car, and this guy calls into my car phone. Mr. Dick, yeah. Hi, we're calling from Sirius Satellite Radio. Wanted to see if you're enjoying your free trial period. And I had heard to just say, yeah, I love it, but I don't feel like getting it right now. And they'll just leave it on.
Mm-hmm.
So I said that. Yeah, I love it, but I don't feel like getting it. And they left it on. He's like, oh, anyways, is this Andy Dick? Yeah. But anyways, thanks for calling. I'm not going to sign up. Oh, but this is Andy Dick, right? I'm like, yeah, what's your name? Like, who cares? But we started talking, and he said he was from Corpus Christi, Texas. And I went, oh, cool, great. If you're ever in L.A., you obviously have my fucking cell number, so call me up or whatever. Then he started texting me. He really did. He used my cell number. He texted me, and I couldn't remember who this person was that was texting me because I do give my number out. Like, I just let people have it.
Yeah, I do that too. My girl doesn't like that too much.
I don't mind. Yeah, she does. Yeah, they don't like
doesn't
that.
like
Yeah,
that.
my girl didn't like it either. No. But just do it because we're men. We can handle if somebody calls and tries to prank us. Like, it's funny half the time.
See,
And
I
if you're
just
not
don't
in the
pick
mood,
up.
or you don't pick up. But if you're bored, if I'm bored and I'm alone and it's a strange number, I'll pick up.
So you don't mind having a conversation with a random fan? To me, that's scary.
Sometimes
I'm like,
it's
no, I'm
not-
blocking your number right away.
And I block a lot of numbers.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
I block a lot of numbers. But I've had the same number for over 10 years. So anyhow, he started texting me. And I didn't know it was the same guy I didn't know it was a guy.
Yeah.
It was just somebody texting me. And I'm like, send me a pic. And he sent me this shirtless pic with all his tattoos and his hair. And I went, wow, that girl's real cute. Did you know? I thought you were a girl. I did because he's very, very pretty for a guy or a girl, isn't he? Look at you.
Wow, yeah, you certainly
He
got a
really
look.
is
I'm not
pretty.
surprised that
He's-
you were drawn to him.
He was more, he's more manly now than he was then. He was very androgynous. I couldn't tell, but then I found out he's a guy, and I'm like, hey, honestly, if you ever come up here, look me up. And within days, I think you were up here, or weeks.
Birthday coming up, and I told you, I was like, I'm coming out for my birthday. Would you want to hang out?
Didn't believe him. Then he's at my door. And then he worked for me for free for like room and board. I would feed him, and he had a room, his own room.
Just helping you out with stuff or what?
Yeah, and that means driving me around. It's like I don't need a lot of help. I like to do my own thing, and so he would. I don't like to drive though. Like he Ubered me to this, you know. He Ubered me.
Yeah.
He Ubered me. I said, "Come pick me up." He's like, "I'll Uber you."
So have you ever,
He makes
like-
money now. He's doing great.
Oh, okay. So he doesn't work for you anymore. You're just friends now. Oh,
we're just
okay.
friends.
So
Yeah, he hasn't worked for me in years. That's the
okay.
thing is I said, you know, I'm not going to be able to give you much, but I would like people to carry my bags, and it makes me look cool if I have this cool young
Right.
kid that looks cool, that looks like he's working for me, but he's really not because there's nothing to do. In fact,
You
I
rolled
feel
up-
like I was assisting him more.
almost everyone you rolled up with today has face tattoos.
Yeah,
Let's
I
just
know.
throw that
I know.
out
I
there.
know.
And that
It's true.
he met a
I
bunch
like
of
it.
No Jumper fans in the front of the store, and that I had to tell the fucking fans like, no, sorry, you can't all come back here because he was trying to bring like 6 more dudes with him.
Yeah, and I don't know them. They were there to see you.
I know, and
I'm just not like
I
that.
totally
I'm very
understand.
inclusive.
Yeah,
I'm not
it's
exclusive.
just that
like
this store is such a fucking hive for
Yeah, but they
people.
could have stood right there, and they were so nice.
Yeah, I mean, but it's just a level. People start hanging out here. They're here every day. All of a sudden, you
were
got 20
just
people.
cut and dry. You're like,
gotta
no,
be like that.
sorry
Sucks,
guys,
yeah.
not today.
Yeah,
Bye.
It sucks too because I feel like they could be like, "Oh, Adam was a dick to me."
I know.
I hate that.
Exactly.
But
That's
I
have that
I just
fear.
got to do it.
Yeah, you had to.
Somebody
And-
asked me if they could give me a surfboard to hang up in here, and I was like, "No, I'm good." And then like a couple of my friends were like, "I can't believe you just said no like that," and I'm like,
Hey,
"Cause what the fuck
give
do I
it to
want?
me. I'll take
What do I want a
it.
surfboard for? I'm gonna put it on eBay. I'm not even gonna do that. I just don't need a surfboard. There's never gonna be a need for a surfboard in my whole life. I felt bad though when they were talking about it. They were like, the way you said no was just so direct. And I was like,
You
fuck.
are like that.
I didn't think about it like that at all. To me, it's like I just get asked about so much random shit all the time. And I'm like,
But you don't do any physical activity. And
I'll work
getting
out once in a while,
Okay.
but like once a
getting
week
worried
maybe.
about
You
you.
know?
Well,
Like,
that's good enough.
yeah. I've
And
worked
you
really
walk.
hard at all this crap.
You
I'm in here a
You
lot.
put together this
Yeah, we just been.
Mickey Mouse.
Things have been
system?
like really on the. You know,
It's Jimmy rigged.
you really got me thinking today, man, with that
Uh-huh.
cosmonaut shit you were talking about.
Oh, I don't remember. Oh, right.
It's like the condition.
Oh,
for
you're
the,
talking about on the guys we fucked.
Yeah, for the people out there, it's like a condition that he was basically referring to, in which him or a lot of other people who've sort of like seen the heights
It's
of
called
their.
the cosmonaut syndrome. It's a real
Right.
thing. It's a psychological discourse.
It's sort of like if you've seen like the heights of success in your particular field, like because
It happens to, and it happens to face tattooed people too. They have a very high rate of suicide, and so do astronauts and cosmonauts because cosmonauts are Russian scientists.
you have access to statistics about people with face tattoos, or is this anecdotal?
true.
Okay.
No, it's true. You can look it up.
Well, probably true
Because of the cosmonaut syndrome. That you're on the same.
But throughout most of history, most people with face tattoos have probably been like murderers and prisoners and Nazis and stuff like this. Like it hasn't really been that normal of a thing until relatively recently, right?
present company.
I just want to throw that out there.
You guys
Not a Nazi.
Well, somebody here, they're murder. Half of them are murderers, and the other half are not.
Who?
You're a murderer.
No.
You're killing me, kid. No. But listen, cosmonauts are Russian astronauts. They go to the moon,
Right.
and then they come back. And when they come back, they're like, okay, what's next? What is next after you've been to the fucking moon? What are you going to go to Mars? No, you can't go to Mars. You can't go you can go to the moon again. You know, like, so what do you do? And there's this whole, you get into get depressed, and they kill themselves.
Cosmonauts are almost a weird example for it because I feel like that's a very similar thing that happens with like athletes.
Yes, it is
Yeah.
an athletic thing. It's your thing. As soon as you get to a place where you don't think you can go any further, then you're going to, there's a risk of you getting into the cosmonaut syndrome and being so depressed that you could kill yourself. But then for you and me, there's always something more. I've only had a very minimal amount of success, but it's been steady. That's why you think you can't get your head out of, my head out of your head. What is that white cat?
That's my cat, Tony. Yeah.
Is it an albino?
No, he's just fat and white.
He's
You want to
so
put him on
cute.
the table? He's beautiful, right?
He's so cute.
He has
Our cat.
almost 40,000 Instagram followers for the record.
Jesus.
Very famous cat, yeah.
Our cat that we had it's all black, and it got fucked by a neighborhood cat. It got raped by a neighborhood cat. You got to hear this, Adam.
What's up, Tony?
So our cat got raped by a neighborhood cat.
Raped.
And it raped because it's all black. And then it laid like their eggs. It had
Close that door.
it had a litter. Had a litter of, here, you can have this because
Oh, it is?
he likes my coffee because it has cream in it. Cats love cream.
Yeah, he's a filthy fuck.
But listen.
Sorry.
The cat gave birth to 6 kittens, and remember, the cat's all black, and the other one's all black with a little white. One of the fucking kittens is an albino.
Really?
Not just all white, like what's your dog?
Because they have the eyes,
pink eyes.
Yes, and then they're usually deaf. People always ask if Tony the cat is deaf, and he's not.
No.
But he's not albino.
Oh my God, they're deaf. Now, see, I'm gonna challenge. What is his name? Tony.
Tony. At I am Tony Cat on Instagram if you want to follow this gigantic.
If I can,
beast.
he's gorgeous. He's so cool and
Isn't he?
kind of scary.
I'm
I
kind of
saw
like
him
staring
bite.
at his asshole right now.
He just.
I'm wondering why it's so clean right now.
Was he biting you, Sean?
I just got a kitty.
I feel like his asshole's always dirty, and then I just saw it and it was really clean. I was pretty impressed.
Ew.
Yeah.
Maybe you licked it clean when you were in your blackout.
You know,
last
that's one thing I've never done. I never licked a cat's ass.
Have
How
you
about
ever
you?
licked a girl's ass?
Oh,
I have not
Come
licked.
on, come on.
You have. I know. You love it.
Every day. That's every day, bro.
Every day.
That's every day, bro.
I don't know why you like that. I don't.
I'm gonna tell you about some new shit, bro.
Oh God, here he goes.
Me and my girl were fucking hooking up with these girls. That Native American one, actually, and she had a fucking cherry flavored asshole, and so did her friend. I think that there's a new product on the market that these girls take that they apply to their assholes so that if someone eats their asshole, it tastes like fucking Sour Patch Kids, bro. I am not kidding. Because I wasn't even going to say anything. I noticed it on both of their assholes as well, and I wasn't going to say anything, and then my girl said it. And I knew she was right. I dropped my fucking new no-jumper grinder that someone sent in.
Am I allowed to have that?
I mean,
kids.
somebody just sent it to me, but realistically,
Just
I don't
tell-
use grinders, so if you really want it,
My
I think
kids
he'd
do.
probably rather you.
No jumper. We love it.
Do your kids talk about my podcast
That's the
ever? Is
commercial.
there any kind of overlap there?
I'll ask him.
Yeah.
I don't. What's it called? The
No
actual
jumper.
Oh, that's what it. Oh,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
made it's your
A
fucking
fan made that. Yeah, it's
Oh,
for
it
grinding
says-
up weed. Yeah, he sent it in. It's very nice. It's very high quality.
Oh, I shouldn't take it. But then this will be a commercial for your podcast with
Exactly.
all of those millennials and post millennials.
All the hot gay guys you got coming over your house and shit.
No, no, I don't bring any of my friends over to my house.
Oh, ever?
Occasionally,
Because
I
you don't want to
sneak-
expose your children to them?
No, my kids know all about me. I
Okay.
mean, the world does. But
It's so strange that at some point you just seem to have like ceased to allow yourself to be taken seriously as a father to them. It's just like a very interesting thing for me to see
no, it's
you going through.
it's been like that the whole fucking time.
So even when they were like 4-year-olds, you think that they were kind of like, it was like a nod and a
didn't-
wink, like, Dad, yeah.
yeah,
go to bed.
They would be yeah.
Wink, wink.
I'm like, no, it was. I let them discipline themselves, which was a big mistake, and then I
Really?
would shower them with gifts and money, like trying to buy their love. I really wasn't the best father, but I never hit them or yell at them. I was always nice and all, but
Really?
it was more like, oh, you want to go jump on the little grocery store conveyor belt? Go do it. Let's see what happens. And then they would get disciplined by the world,
Right.
You know, but not by me. I would feel bad going, don't do that, because that's how my mom and dad were with me. Like, shut up,
Yeah.
don't,
No
don't.
fun. Yeah,
And I'm like,
I've
no,
never
I let my
had it at
kids
all.
go rampant.
Yeah.
They just could do anything, fucking thing they wanted, still can. And there's a middle ground I wish I lived in.
Right.
But now they're pretty all good, but they've had some rough patches. Each one of them
But
has had a time when they went to the dark side.
in terms of
Okay.
drugs and
all
mostly
kinds of
drugs?
things.
Okay.
Yeah, but they're all out of it. They're in the clear. They went through it real rapidly, like
Fully
we're
out of it.
Fully out of it. All of them. They're all doing way better than me. Wow. Yeah, I go in and out, in and out, in and out my whole fucking life. In fact, one of my kids said to me, "Oh yeah, Dad, this is how I'm gonna be. How old are you again?" And I said, I don't remember when this was, but he said, "Well, now I have 37 more fuck." I remember the number that he said. I have 37 more fucking years of being like this. I'm like, oh my God, he's throwing in my face. Like, just because I was that way, now he's gonna be that way at me.
Yeah.
Like, what? I was confused, but my kids are very angry that I was such a drug addict, alcoholic, if you want to use labels, which I don't believe in.
You think that they still hold on to some of that anger towards
yeah,
you?
of course, yes.
Okay. So do you have to deal with that on a regular basis or what?
I live with them.
Do you think
and
that
they
they-
hate me?
And they don't
That's my
appreciate the
point.
money and the luxury and the lifestyle that you've
They
given them?
probably do. Like, let's take
But
my
they
daughter.
don't
Let's
know,
take my daughter.
They
for
don't know any
instance.
other way, right?
Right. Well, yeah, they do because there's been lean times.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So then they don't know. They're mad no matter what. They're mad if I'm making millions or if I'm making nothing. Saying, "Can I borrow $5? I want to you know, I turn into Frank Gallagher from Shameless.
That happens from time to time.
Oh yeah, can I get a 20?
Really?
I gotta go to the bar, and then because they have jobs, one of them, you know, has driven for Lyft, and they're bus boys or girls or hostesses. They get their own jobs.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna fucking just give them money all the time.
So where does your income come from mostly right now?
Acting,
Yeah.
it always has, and the weird thing is my
But do you get paid for like old shit that you did back in the day, or is
those
it mostly-
residual things.
It's not as good as we think.
No, they're non-existent really.
Really?
My biggest residual was The Lion King 2.
What'd you do in that?
I was the voice of one of the evil lions, but I also sang a song. And if you sing a song, you make a lot of money. And my one residual check was $200,000. But then I do a stupid show like Dancing with the Stars, and I make, because people thought I was going to be the joke of the show, come on, trip, drop my cane, and get off by episode 2. No fucking way.
You did
Stayed
well on it?
7 out of 10.
Really?
So I made like $500,000.
Are you serious?
So then I'm in a house that I live in now. That's me tapping.
Sorry, I thought it was the cat.
No, am I hitting your foot?
Well, you were for a
I'm
second.
playing footsies with you, Adam.
It's all right.
I want that thick, meaty dick.
Better watch out. I might let you smash, bro. Woo! Too hot for TV.
Jesus. But
That's
anyhow,
still on camera,
I'm
yeah.
in this house now with all these millennials, and my ex was living there with me. My baby mama, that's what I call her, and she's fine with that. She likes it. She was living there with me, but she moved out to one of these other houses because her mom died recently, right? Her mom died and left her 5 houses. So she moved into another one. Now that's why I'm the only adult in this one. I'm like, wait, why are you leaving me with all these kids? No. So I feel like and she said, oh, this house that you're in, you know, you bought it. Uh-huh. I bought it with the Dancing with the Stars money because I gave her power of attorney because I thought I was going to die at one point. Thought, is this story
Wait,
so
when
boring?
did you think you were going to die?
Just a few years ago.
There's just a lot
3 to 5
happening
years.
sometimes in these stories. There's so much. Wait, so the 5 houses and the houses are just empty.
This
and you
happened-
could just live in one of the houses, and I'm just thinking, I'm
This
like,
happened
man,
in the last few weeks. No, they're
Okay.
not empty. They have tenants, and they have.
Oh,
The
okay.
dad is still alive. He's 85. The brother lives in another house. It's like, it's just fucking crazy.
what a
But-
wild lifestyle you got there.
Yeah, but my point is that she bought the house with my money,
Right.
and I'm like, oh, great, so I have a house in my name. That's pretty cool. No. I mean, it's in my name.
Right. So
Like,
she felt like she could let you use it for a little bit.
yeah, so I can stay in one of the rooms with all these fucking kids.
So when you make $500,000 on
basically-
Dancing with the Stars, is that like a big payday for you? Does that like
Yeah,
make
bought
you
me
feel
this
like, oh,
house.
that's gonna like keep me
Yeah,
for a couple of
keep
years?
yeah, because I've been trying to retire. At 51, you're supposed to be thinking about retirement. You're supposed to retire at 55, remember?
Really?
In the grand scheme of things, but in our industry, you got to just keep going.
How long?
Look
have
at
you
Dick Van
believed that
Dyke. He's like
55
90.
was when you should.
That's just the norm.
Really?
Yeah, you can collect unemployment at 55.
Can you? I thought it was 65, 63, something like that.
Can somebody
Or
look
no,
it up?
Unemployment.
I think it's
I'm talking about
55.
Social Security, actually.
I think it's 55.
Really?
It's like that's when people retire.
But do you think
But I'm
you-
not going to anymore.
Could you be happy out of the
Nope.
spotlight at all?
No.
No. You have to keep fucking around.
Yeah.
You think you'd be an 80-year-old actor? And,
Yeah.
oh, but that'd be
Because
fun,
you know
right?
what?
Why not?
Because it's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's not like I'm going to be an 80-year-old bricklayer.
Right.
That my back. Oh my back. You know, like this
Yeah.
is like fun. And if I'm in a wheelchair, then I'm the 80-year-old guy in the wheelchair.
Right.
Fuck
You
it.
could be that guy.
Yeah, I'm that guy.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. So you and I can go forever. And when I did start thinking about retiring, I started to get old in my mind and my body, and I started just deteriorating.
Could you imagine what you might do with your time besides being in movies and living the Hollywood lifestyle?
I tried it. I thought I'll live on the beach of Malibu. I did it for the last couple of years, and I just lived on this beach.
And what was it like, though?
Every day I woke up and I took a walk along the beach. I'd swim out in the ocean 2 miles every day. Then I'd walk over to the pier, grab a cup of coffee at the Malibu pier, come back, go to an AA meeting, meet some friends, do some calisthenics. That's what, that's what old people call
so
them.
boring. It's
I know.
like,
Yeah.
God.
After 2 years of that, how many fucking walks on the beach?
Oh,
I
I know,
do?
man. That's
I'm
what I'm
over
saying.
it. So over it.
That's how I feel when I go on vacation. Because what
Speaking
you're
of-
describing is like if you go, I go on vacation with my parents once in a while,
Yeah.
and that's what it's like.
Yeah.
You go for a walk.
But did they still work?
They just retired,
How old are they?
65-ish.
Can you look it up? See, when I'm with him, I still feel like he works for me. Can you look up what is the norm?
I'll look it up.
The normal retirement age? Because I think you're right, 65.
Well, of Social Security, that's the question.
I need some more coffee. What is it? 55.
65.
65, boom.
What is
Roasted.
it? Say, can people retire at 55? Just ask Siri.
Well, really, anybody can retire at any age as long as they have the money to retire, right?
62.
I get what?
62.
62, because what it is that you'll get less money if you start accepting Social Security at the age of 62. I don't know why my dad told me this one time, but then if you do it at 65, you get more money, but you'll likely get it for less years. That's a morbid thing to have to start thinking about at a certain point in your life,
I guess. Yeah, it is. And I guess I was thinking about it because I'm in the Screen Actors Guild
Right.
and the Directors Guild of America and the Writers Guild.
Wow.
And so I belong to the Directors Guild hospital. I can go there and everything's paid for. If I get sick, you just go. And it's a great hospital that has these cabins in the back, brand new, where if you retire and you're in SAG or the Directors Guild, you can live in one of them. And I said, somebody was telling me this, and they said, yeah, Steven Spielberg's mom lives in one.
Really?
I'm like, what? How old do I have to be to move in? They said 55.
Oh.
That's where I came up with that. So I said, well, I want to go in one because I've got 4 years and I'll live in one for free. They'd just let you fucking live there, like wait in line. There's a waiting list. I said, sign me up now because I'll wait 4 years.
Yeah,
I'll just be in back of that fucking hospital.
that's what I'm saying. I'll live in a hospital. Why not?
You'll come visit me.
I would visit you in the hospital.
Bring
If
those
me-
girls.
all right, if
Bring
me-
those girls.
I don't know about that. If me and you were going to hang out, what do you think we would end up doing?
Well, you're the kind of guy that I would love.
I don't want to be involved in your relapse.
Yeah, exactly.
Start
That's
with
what I was
that,
going to
yeah.
say. So, well, then you answered your own question.
I think that would be very bad for
It would
society
be
if I were
awesome
involved in that. You
for
think?
me. I'm always having fun. It's the other
Me too.
people. No, but
Oh, when you're fucked
you know
up?
what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like your girlfriend last night.
Right.
You were having a fucking blast, but she's like, last night you went a little overboard. Like, you know what? I was having fun.
It actually
You guys
feels-
couldn't hang.
It feels weird pointing that out because I feel like she actually overall had a really great time. She just said that at a certain point when she tapped out at like 4 a.m, that was when she felt like I had kind of. I was just so blacked out too. Like, why did I bother to even get that fucked up? I don't know. Because I wish
you
I
were
wish I had
so
a better
excited
remember.
about
I wish
the
I
girl.
remembered it better.
Let me ask you a question.
Let's hear it.
Because, well, first of all, two questions. Does your girlfriend listen to this?
Yeah,
Okay, well, then I probably shouldn't ask.
that's fine. We're open books. So it's okay.
With the 2 girls last night, your girlfriend
It was a
being
couple
one of
nights ago, but yeah.
them. Okay, so
And it was 3 girls, and my girlfriend was one of them.
was there a little more excitement about the other 2 girls only because they're newer and fresher? Not because they're more pretty or anything like that, but because it's fresher and new. One of them was probably brand new, right?
Well,
Brand
they were
spanking
both brand
new.
new. But it's
Brand
it's
spanking
your
new.
duty as the man
Spanking.
in that to express to your girlfriend, no particular extra level of enthusiasm, even if,
So you have to.
heaven forbid, even if
Buffer
you
it.
did think that one of the girls was tremendously exciting. You
saying
need
she
to
was?
regulate any expression of that. Now, me personally, I don't have that problem. My girlfriend's very beautiful. I could never be more excited about anyone than her. But at no time in my history as a man has that ever happened. I feel like I just gave like a legal statement.
Yeah, you did. You don't think you need to sign right here? for
What have you
that?
written down? Just my name, Adam.
Adam.
It was such a big deal for him to pull out the memo pad before this started.
We don't have to take notes.
You know how long we've been going? We've been going for nearly an hour. How you feel about that?
Already an hour?
Good solid hour. Then.
No, because we had all that bullshit in the beginning when he was trying to plug in the mics and adjust my chair.
I still think it's an hour. I looked at my phone.
Is
It
it,
said
Kevin?
8:10, and now it's 9:10.
Kevin, basically you want to end.
No, I don't.
Oh,
I think we
How
good.
long do they go?
The longest one I ever did was 3 hours.
Who
I
was that
think.
with Joe Rogan?
He does that all the fucking time.
I know,
And I think it's so funny that you have beef with him.
Who says that?
Because he's like the reason why I started doing these. I got to admit, he influenced the fuck out of me. Which is probably weird for you since you're someone who's known him for a really long time.
No. He's the king of it. he does these well.
Yeah, I
and
think he might get more listens or views or plays than anybody
ever.
I think.
Yeah, he's like he's the queen of podcasts.
The queen, you just had to do that.
I really like him. I really do.
You
and
do now.
No, I always did. I was attracted to him back when
Really?
we were on news radio together for 5 years. I saw him every fucking day for 5 years.
And
you
you
know
were-
that. And he was a different person. He was like Ryan over here, Ryan X
he had
Edge. He was
hair, he
straight
was
edged.
young,
He
yeah.
was younger. He was
Martial
thinner.
arts.
Now he's bloated. He looks odd.
He's in good shape though.
You know what?
low
Call
body
it that
fat.
when one of his fucking arteries pops in his. He's gonna have something's gonna happen.
What, are you concerned about him using testosterone or something? Is that what this is?
I don't know what's going on with him, but he didn't used to look like that.
What,
like
he's an old
I
motherfucker.
look the fucking same as I did in high school.
You've aged differently. Some would say that you don't look quite like you looked like when you were 20, I'm guessing.
I look better. I do. I'm in better shape now because of those 2 years swimming in the ocean.
You think you work out more than Joe Rogan?
Fuck no. No, I went on
Yeah,
one
he's a
workout with
jiu-jitsu
him.
black belt.
Oh, he's out of his fucking mind.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
worked out. He said, Andy, you got to come work. He really wanted to hang out all the time during news radio. He had an infatuation with me because he had an infatuation with comedy, which he wasn't good at.
At that time,
back
he
then.
wasn't good
But
in
now
people's
he
opinions?
is. He just wasn't good.
Okay.
Everybody's opinion.
He's very popular
But
now.
and not only that, he's very good at stand-up comedy. His comedy's fucking good. He got good and better and the best at some things, but very good at stand-up comedy. And he's very magnanimous and enthralling and provocative and interesting. But back then he was straight edge and angry. I was going to tell you, I went on one workout with him. I said, fine, let's go. Let's go to the gym. That one gym on La Brea and up near Hollywood. You know what I'm talking? You don't go to the gym. Anyhow, but I do. I go to the gym, but I don't work out like him. And I worked out, tried to keep up with him.
What,
and
what
like,
kind of stuff was he doing?
oh, just weights and weird jumping and cardio and then more weights. And he worked out to the point where he was throwing up.
Are you
I'm
serious?
dead serious. He was leaned over
What
in the
year are
big.
we talking?
1998.
Okay.
You
See,
know,
that's
and
what's interesting to me. I've only been watching this podcast for maybe like 4 or 5 years, but I could imagine that they're like the 30-year-old version of him would be a lot less measured and into all kinds of
No,
stuff.
he
yeah.
was worse. He was crazier
Oh,
and
yeah, that's
yelling, and he was probably on doing something back then like steroidal or whatever.
think.
But whatever, he was throwing up, and I tapped out. I'm like, I'm out.
Yeah.
You're weird.
So when you said that previously, that he basically like bullied you on the set of the show, or
bullied
that he was
everybody.
like terrible
He was
to
mean
everyone?
and yelling at everyone. But now, now we've made up every time. But then I always flash back to those days, like, no, and he's making girls cry on the set.
Cry how? Like what
Because
kind
he
of
would
thing?
yell at them, and he was. You love me dishing on him. It was just
Yeah.
cute. That's
my
so
dad.
cute. But he was masochistic and misogynistic. He was women suck and men are great and women are dumb and they suck.
Right.
That's his whole persona back then.
Yeah. It's weird to think that like, but that was a very different time. That was back when like
He's different.
Andrew Dice Clay was a popular comedian
He's
at that
different
time.
now. He really is. He's
Yeah.
very different. And I wish I didn't live in the reality of him because I saw him every day for 5 years. And then I never saw him after that.
Mm-hmm.
Then all of a sudden now he's smoking pot. He used to call me out for smoking pot. I'd be smoking pot. I smoked pot all the time back then.
Mm-hmm.
And then he would say, he's high right now. I remember him one time going, he's high right now. Look at him in front of NBC network executives. And I was high and
Right.
paranoid. And that's the worst fucking thing to do because you can get fired. He's high. Look at him. High.
Right.
And that fucking faggot now smokes pot like a chimney
Right.
all day and night. Like, of course I'm going to be mad about
I feel like I was a lot angrier before I started smoking weed.
I don't know, man.
I think it
'Cause
helped calm me down a lot.
well, yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I'm glad
But-
that you got through that.
No. Because there's a yin and yang with that. Because back then I needed to smoke pot because I was very angry too. But I was trying to tell him, you need to fucking smoke pot, man.
Mm-hmm.
You need to relax, and he never would. And he would. It was the Satan to him. It was the devil. It was Satan. And then I don't know how he finally did find it. I would love to be there that first moment
Was
he
it-
smoked or ate or whatever he did with pot.
Was it when you were on his podcast way back in the day? Was that when you guys had a full conversation about it? 'Cause I saw that online today, but I didn't watch it.
I don't know. I don't remember.
remember when
But
you
my
officially
point
sorted
is
it out?
that I stopped whenever. Have you ever stopped smoking for a day or two?
I don't
or a
smoke
week?
cigarettes. But
No, pot. Have you
yeah,
ever like for
yeah.
a spell
Yeah.
stopped for a month? A month,
no, maybe like a week.
a week, and don't you get real aggro?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. See, that's my point. You get you. I haven't smoked in a while now, and I'm not as aggro. But it. See what I mean? Like you smoke and you're not aggro, but then if you stop, you're ultra uber aggro until you have to stop for a while, and then
Yeah.
you even out.
I think about the benefits of like going, a month, couple months of like being fully sober all the time, but I don't know.
You should do it.
Everything's going so well in my life with the like small degree of that, but sometimes I think about it, like this weekend, I could have very easily like gotten into a situation being that fucked up in public that would have,
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
And now you're talking about it.
being
but,
fully out of control of my own
no,
behavior.
yeah. It happens to me all the fucking time. Exactly. And
I
yeah.
got a good story about you.
Oh God.
It's
I'm
not even
fine.
me. It's nothing bad.
I'm sure it is.
In the
but
scheme
I
of
don't
things,
mind.
yeah.
You
No,
can't-
it's
you
just
can't embarrass me, right?
Like my
Charlie?
friends who are like pro BMX riders from my company on some shit, they're like 19,
Let me stop you.
20 when they first moved to LA.
Okay, but let
go.
me stop you because, I hosted the very first X Games. Did you know that?
Wow, that does
Hi.
bring back some memories. I remember. Yeah, that
Hey,
does sound
everybody.
familiar.
It was me.
So you started action
Yeah,
sports.
I was like, come on. I went down the ramps on the skateboard like a fucking moron. I was so high.
Really?
I could have broke my skull open like a
Really
egg.
could have.
I really could have.
When you
'cause I
think
didn't know
about
what
that
I
now,
was
it's so
doing.
strange that you inhabited that role of that character of like, oh, that's the guy who's going to talk about action sports. It just that made sense to
'cause
them.
No, it still does because I'm that crazy guy.
Quirky.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't like that.
You don't
word.
like quirky?
It was more like, excuse me, I like to say badass.
Yeah. You think that's your image?
Whatever.
What, but you think you were you perceived as more of a badass guy
like to
20,
think I
30 years
was.
ago than you are now?
No, I think I'm just like, I think I'm perceived as the devil.
You really
So
think
it
it's that
got
bad?
worse. Yeah, it got worse.
It's interesting.
But
I don't think
people
of it like
don't
that.
know me. Well, because you know me now, kind of, because we talked for a little bit.
Yeah.
But what were you going to say? Your
Oh.
friends.
So they were like little
I
19 or
grabbed their
20-year-olds.
dicks.
No, they just they were walking out of the bar, and you were just like, they said you were so drunk that you were like dropping your phone and breaking it, that sounded funny. And then
Boring.
but then they said that you basically were like, oh yeah, like give me your number, I want to take you home and fuck you. And they're still talking about it. It's 5 years ago. They're still talking
Tell
about
them
it.
to call me. Did they get my number?
No, they're presumably heterosexual as well.
Who cares? I only fuck straight guys.
Is that really like? Do you like breaking
Pretty
straight dudes in?
I don't break them in. A lot of straight guys like to have their assholes stimulated.
Jesus.
Do you? Like,
No.
you never let your girl stick her finger in your butt?
The other day we were drunk and I let her lick it, and then she
See?
kind of
Okay.
tried to jam her finger in, like, because she really wants to finger my ass. This is a real thing to her.
Yeah. And, and you're like, no.
I'm just not. I don't
I'm
know.
not
I guess
into
I'm
it
too
either.
close-minded, man.
Me too. when
I don't know
comes
what
to
it
that.
is. I just don't
well,
want
it's
it.
not. It's not stimulating to me. You like it, Ryan. Ryan likes it. He's
I'm
done it. No,
completely-
he's told me about
Yeah.
it. Ryan likes it. Ryan X Edge likes to put things in his butt. He told me. Look
We
at
out
him.
here.
I bet he's turning
I
red.
never
You,
really-
Even with all his face tattoos, you can see how red he is. You got to look at him. Look at how red he is. Oh my God, I got to snap.
You guys must have quite the relationship.
No,
that you're,
I've tried to stick my dick in his butt. He will never let me.
right, and Joey too. You tried it with Joey.
Well, we've talked about it.
I'm pretty sure that
but we never have.
I think we
We've
had the
talked
conversation
about
on the Mod Sun podcast though, where I said
You
like,
did?
no, but I said like, has Andy Dick tried to have sex with you? And you just like countless times, like, but
Well,
right? I think you said that, right?
Well,
like,
I
it
would
was
call
so
it-
long ago. It's hard for me to remember.
I would call it, let's solidify this relationship.
Let's
once
be
and
real
for
friends.
all.
You know what they call it now?
Let's
They call it
solidify.
bro top. You know that, right?
Fucking, no.
Bro
What is that?
top.
Really?
It's like just you and your bros hanging out, and you just might suck each other off just because you're friends.
Bro top?
Bro top. Like
God,
top is head, and then bro is just with your bros. I'm gonna.
I like this.
Now I'm on Andy Dick's Snapchat talking about bro top. Shout out to the bro top community out there.
So
I was just
Joey and I,
kidding. Oh my god.
Joey and I never had a bro top relationship, but I would always talk about it. I would say, let's solidify this relationship once and for all, but we never did.
But do you think that things would be weird between you and Joey if you did suck his dick, or vice versa? It would
Yeah,
fuck it up, huh?
and he's really pretty to look at, but I don't know if I could really go for it with
Right.
him. Isn't he pretty? He's like a doll. like a
Very
doll.
well. What do you know his exact descent? Because he's very exotic looking.
Filipino, right? Yeah, Filipino.
Full Filipino. He looks like.
No, I think there's something else in there.
Mixed a whole bunch of stuff. My mom was a slut. She's a prostitute.
He said his mom was a slut. This is insane. What? How dare you?
I think his mom's in jail, right?
Wow.
Yeah, his mom's in jail. He's got a story.
Well,
You
let's
should
just
have him-
agree he's a good-looking guy.
He's a good-looking guy.
Yeah.
What is your last name? Because I want to.
Oh, Adam 22.
Just 22.
ADAM 22. That's
Oh,
me.
I like that. Okay.
It's a
and then,
cat.
and then it's called No Jumper.
Well, No Jumper is
the
the
podcast. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, my default picture on Instagram has always been a picture of the cat sitting next to a pound of wheat. And I've never changed it. I've had Instagram for fucking like 5 years or something. I never changed it. And I just was thinking about how it's kind of weird.
No, I think that's great.
I don't think I could change it to like a picture of myself now at this point, though.
You probably can. Yes, you can. You can change it.
No, because I've never changed it. It just seems like a default now.
Joey, can you? No, you can do. Can you help me? I don't know how to do this. Is Instagram, by the way. How do I
Hell
turn
yeah.
this into color? See, this is what he used to do for me. Shit like this.
Yeah.
I got him for like a couple hours. No, I don't. Do you like? Is that a good color? I was trying to do blue. Yeah, but can I make it bigger? Oh,
Whatever you want.
where should I put it? Down here.
Look at that.
Okay. But I don't like the yellow. Can you make it blue?
You should just take a day where you sit down and just really hash out how to do everything on Instagram, Snapchat. I realize it's kind of like a ever-evolving thing, but
Yeah, I like that.
man, I really hope I don't get to this point where I have like a hard time understanding how to use social media. No offense.
Gonna.
Really?
You're gonna. Oh, by the way, so
I
let
grew
me.
up with this stuff.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of
So
it.
did I. Yeah,
Some of
I
it.
was grown up when it came. So what's the
You're
difference?
like 20 years older than me.
Yeah, exactly. I was already grown
know,
up
and
when
that's
it
the
came.
problem.
I lived most of my life with no fucking cell phone and no internet.
Until
So-
when?
Until my 20s, to
Yeah.
my late 20s. The
I didn't
internet
have a phone
came.
until
The phone came.
21.
Yeah.
Cell phone. Yeah.
But my point is that so then these social media things came. You remember MySpace and all that, and all these things, and then they come and they go. Periscope came, and I got big on that real quick. And then they go. Instagram came. Instagram is owned by Facebook. Did you even know that?
Yes, I did.
People don't know that.
Really?
Did you know that? It's owned by Facebook.
That's a
So-
scary thing.
Yeah, it is.
Mass
The
consolidation
only-
of power.
Monopoly, yeah. The only thing that can happen is that Facebook can just own them all. That's the only thing that can happen. Or did you know that MySpace is back?
I don't agree with that. Who
No,
told you that?
it's coming back. Somebody said something on my thing, and then they had an at MySpace thing, and I'm like, well, this guy must be 90 years old, or like what?
Maybe it's retro.
Something. No, young kids are getting back on MySpace. I don't know. All it takes, by the way, is one Saudi Arabian princess to go, Daddy, I want a social media platform for myself. Buy Facebook. You know, that's too expensive, honey. Then buy MySpace. I want it for me.
You think that's how it happens?
Yeah.
You know, most of the tech companies are not like founded by like Saudi Arabian oil riches or anything like that. This seems to be a
No,
completely
they can
made up.
buy it.
Oh, they can
They
buy
can
it.
buy it for some bitch who's like, Daddy, I want my own social media platform.
All right, you know what? Mark Zuckerberg just recently announced that he all of a sudden believes in God because he wants to run for president. Don't you think that's insane that he's just in advance saying that so
Are
that
you
down the
serious?
road he can run for president? 'Cause
He
you-
wants to run for president.
I think so. You can't run for president unless you believe in God, more or less,
That's true. You're right.
which is terrible. That's insane.
Do you believe in God?
Hell no.
Well, you must believe in something.
Nuh-uh.
Oh, you believe in your Mary G. Wannas.
Even that's just a little something, you know?
Well, but don't you believe in karma? Like,
No.
so it's okay that I'm stealing right now, not from you. But
If you were
but
to
am
steal,
in-
I would agree that it is wrong. You should be punished legally. But I don't really believe that there's any sort of like negative
that's
energy
karma.
being put out into the.
well,
Well,
then-
if you get arrested, that's not really karma. That's more justice.
So, do you believe in justice then?
I think justice is very nice if you
Or
can
have
get
you
it.
have you ever been a vigilante? Have you ever seen
Batman?
somebody do? Have you ever seen somebody do something bad, or you knew they did something bad and you went out to punish them? I have.
Well, okay,
Have you?
let's hear your example.
No. Mine's really bad.
I mean, I'd like to think that I would. Like, you'd like to think that like there's some guy in the valley and you know he's doing something bad, and then you just go wait outside
No,
his
you
car and
would.
whack him
You
with
would.
a club.
You would.
No,
if
I
somebody
would
did,
send someone.
You
I know bad people.
probably- You're right. You would send
I
something.
wouldn't do it myself.
And
but,
maybe you have.
but it's hard.
But I'm
to,
saying if somebody did something to your girlfriend, you would
God.
fucking do something. You know.
Yeah, but I don't know what I
Somebody-
would really. No, but even then, I would
I've
send
done.
somebody.
I've done a couple things here and there, but I don't want to talk about them. But it.
But I wouldn't do it myself. I would
I
send
do it
somebody else to do it.
myself.
I can't do that myself. I got too much to
I
lose.
do, but it's usually, anyways. But let's
I
not
know.
talk about that.
Yeah,
stuff.
let's not talk about that because that's inevitably going to come up in a court of law. Yeah.
No.
You know what? I know a girl who does porn who told me one time that she's met like multiple people in like the porn community who have just told her that they could have someone killed for like 15 grand.
Yeah,
That seems really low to me. But do you think that sounds about right?
I think you probably get somebody killed for $5,000.
Well, it depends on who you know. I feel like I know kids who would kill somebody for like $1,000.
Somebody might do it for a kiss on the cheek.
You think?
Well, yeah,
Should we
like-
have someone killed like on this podcast? Plan it out. Maybe the cops will thwart us.
As long as it's Joe Rogan. No, I'm totally kidding. I'm kidding. I do like Joe now, and we have made up, and we're good friends now. We are.
Really?
Do you want him to be on this podcast?
Yeah, I would like to be on his podcast
Every
or have
ti-
him on mine.
Okay.
But I don't. He doesn't go dance around on other people's podcasts that often.
But
Besides his little inner
might
circle.
I might be able to do something because every time I see him, he's like, "We're good, right? We're good. We're okay. We're good. We're good. We're good." I'm like, "Yeah, we're good."
Yeah.
But secretly, it's hard for me to let go, and I'm a very forgiving guy. But this one was a hard one.
Yeah, well, I could totally understand that though. I've had people in my life like that before,
like,
where you just
really?
kind of consistently don't get along with them. But I feel like you've
It just
handled
seems
it
like a
differently.
lie.
The way he is now,
I don't know what to believe anymore.
But
He
don't
was
you
so
think
different. It was
20
like
or
black
30
and
years
white.
of growing up could just kind of do that to you.
I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on with him. I don't listen to his podcast, so I don't know who he is. He's doing a lot of drugs.
I don't think he's doing that.
Yeah,
many
he
drugs.
is. He's
Like,
doing that
what else?
DMT.
Yeah,
he's
okay.
he's doing a bunch of fucking
When you
weird
say he's doing a
shit.
lot of drugs, it's sort of
Yeah.
implying like cocaine, ecstasy, this sort of stuff.
Who knows what else he's doing? But he
Well, he
talks
only really talks about weed,
He
you know.
no. He talks about all those hallucinogenics.
Right, but I don't think he's like.
He's doing hardcore drugs. I'm sorry.
I don't think
you know
he's, like,
what?
abusing-
The tables have turned.
I hate that I have to
now
defend
I'm
him.
straight edge.
But I've
now
listened to
I'm
his
straight
podcast
edge,
a
and
lot.
he's a drug addict. I'm straight edge, and he's a fucking drug addict. And he should get the help that he needs and deserves. I love him, and I really hope he gets the help.
Is this
that he
you kind of
needs.
trying to get back on his podcast right here?
No, I'm not. I don't need to try.
You were on like number 88. He just hit 1,000. It's been a long time.
I don't need to get back on it. He asks me to be on it.
Does he really?
Yeah. I am only doing this for Joey. You know that.
Really?
I don't know your podcast.
Well, that's totally understandable.
But no, it's not. It's very, very popular.
But
I
you're
know
old
that.
as fuck, so I'm not surprised you don't know
Now
about
are
it.
we gonna- I'm
Okay,
not kidding.
It's
Joey
popular,
said
but
you're-
it's like underground popular, you know?
Well, I don't know because I don't listen to podcasts. Sometimes I listen to Mark Maron.
But he's like popular. He's one of the most popular podcasts in the world. Mine is like, I could see maybe in
I don't listen to podcasts.
maybe in 5 years, mine could maybe be in the. It takes a long time to grow.
I
these
have a
things, you know?
podcast. Did you know that?
Yeah, when are you gonna invite me on that?
This
Well,
week.
me and my girlfriend.
Please let's
can-
do that.
I know
have
you wanna talk to
two
her.
podcasts. Yeah, I have two podcasts. One with my original comedy partner from when I was 21. We got back together, and isn't that nice?
It's beautiful.
Yeah. Like, you'll find that when you get old, like in your 50s, you'll start wanting to be back with the people you were with when in your 20s,
Right.
And
What happens to those relationships over time?
they,
You just slide away from people. Huh?
yeah, you slide away and you do your But then you long for it. You're like, wait, when was I feeling good and laughing a lot? Oh yeah, with my friends when I was young.
Yeah. So then you start hanging out with your old buddies again, but then
And
a lot of
then-
times they're boring now. And
No, not this guy. Dino Stamatopoulos.
Okay.
So our show is called Skull Juice. I call it a show. It's a podcast called Skull Juice because it was one of our first scenes we did. It was called Skull Juice, where he would squeeze his head and this cream would come out of his mouth and I'd catch it under a glass and have to drink it. It was like our shit was fucking whacked out.
That is
So
whacked out,
it is.
wow.
He didn't even want it to be called Skull Juice because he hated that scene that he wrote. But and he's a half owner with Dan Harmon of Starburns Industries. They created Community, and based on that and all the money they made on Community, that TV show, they've done Rick and Morty and Moral Oral, bunch of shows on Adult Swim, and they have a whole animation studio. They're doing live action shows now. I'm going to be doing a show there. They're doing a show with Louis C.K. They do Animals on HBO that I'm on. I'm like still the fuck out there.
No, I believe you.
I'm buried so deep now, and kind of I'm like underground.
so you feel like you're underground
I am underground.
again.
Yeah, I
new
am.
Andy.
Again, you're right, and I am. It's very calculated like that. Like I'm on these shows that you haven't even heard of Animals. I haven't. I talked to my friend from back in the day. You've heard of it. I haven't. And I'm like, and then I get back in with my friends, and they're like, you know, we should put you on this show. I'm like, I've never heard of it, but I'll do it.
Yeah.
And I do all these little shows. They want me to be on Rick and Morty. I'm like, what? What is it? Never heard of it. Never seen it. Still
I've never
haven't.
seen it either.
Oh, this is the best show. Look at the millennials.
I hear people
They
talk about it
fucking
all the time.
love
I have no idea.
I love it. Me and you should be on it together. That's what I should do. And we have that kind of power now where they're asking me to be on it. I'm like, okay, I want to be on it with my friend Adam. That's what I do now. I drag someone else with me. And then we can be on it together like this weird little duo.
You know what we should do if we want to be real friends? We should just randomly send each other selfies here and there.
You want to see my balls?
No, but like our faces. Come on, bud.
Okay. I would like to do that. I would like to be friends like that. But I like to combine like work and play so that we can be making money and we can be having fun.
How could we make money together, do you think?
Well, we could just do a show. That's easy. You know, I could just do a
show.
show like that.
Wait, what is a show to you?
Anything. There's so many networks now.
Really?
So many. You can name, we could start naming them. I'll name one, then you name one. I'll just
Right.
start with NBC.
A, B, C. We could keep going.
FX. No, but then you can go all the way to all the way down to like little like Hulu.
What do you think our shows could be really about? You trying to convince me that I'm gay?
Oh, whoa. Whoa. Did you hear that, folks? Oh, my God.
I feel like that's destined to be the theme of our
My
podcast.
God, he might be a little gay.
No.
Well,
He might be a little gay.
uh-oh. Here we go. This
Maybe.
feels like me and Joe now. Yeah?
You and my girlfriend together on a podcast is going to be an hour of you guys plotting on my butthole and trying to figure out how to get in. It's going to be like a prison break, but the opposite.
Prison break in.
No, like
Yeah,
a bank
I love
robbery.
that.
How
Yeah,
are we
yeah,
going to
yeah,
get
yeah.
in that thing, man?
Oh, we've got to get in that sweet little
Some
tight
weird part of
pink
me
thing.
makes
That
me feel like I
virgin.
need to just let her do it just so she can talk about it
Let
on
me
her
be there.
channel
Let me be
or
there.
something.
Let me be there.
Yeah.
Is she a firecracker? Like a smart little fucking whip? She's like,
Yeah, she's got a degree.
that's good. I gotta meet her. I gotta meet her
She's
because
great.
you're
I'll
right.
bring her
We're gonna
around.
gang up on you.
Gang bang. Quite
Just
possibly.
let me be there when you get popped.
This
Well,
is
did you
so
hear that
strange.
right when
Yeah.
when
Right, he
Kevin
opened the
opened
beer.
his beer? That's your asshole popping open. Could you hear that on mic? I hope. God, give me one beer. I'm not gonna drink it, but I want to pop it.
No,
I wanna
don't.
pop it.
You're
No, I'm not- I
playing with
wanna pop
fire,
it.
man.
No, I'm not gonna drink. I don't like beer. I don't drink.
I'm scared of you. The last thing, that's the last story that I need is like Andy went
There's
on No
one right
Jumper.
There's right there behind you, bud.
Andy went on No Jumper and fucking lost his sobriety. Look at this.
Andy went on Jumper
Playing
and
with fire on
popped
Jumper.
Adam's butthole. That didn't really. Here, you can
Want me to
have it.
drink that?
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I really was not gonna.
Shout out to Pabst Blue Ribbon. Pop into a Pabst Ribbon like it's my
Pops Blue
asshole.
Ribbon.
Shout out PBR.
That's the commercial. Wait, say that again.
You know what's funny too is
Pop
that
into a Pabst Blue Ribbon like it's my asshole.
like it's my asshole. No, but you know what's funny is that whenever we talk about this or drink this on camera, then their reps like email me and are
They
like,
do?
"Hey, like we still want to get that sponsorship going," but then they never actually like
They
finalize it because I don't have like a fucking agent like you and shit to actually make the shit happen. So
No,
I feel like this
that's
could
where
be it.
Joey comes
PBR,
in.
we
No,
need
no,
that
no, no.
monthly.
Your
What's good?
agent and you. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
That's where I would use Joey a lot for that. By the
Okay.
way, I did a show in his hometown of Corpus Christi. My agents aren't going to touch that shit. You only make like $5 or $10 grand. My agents don't care about that, and they don't care about what are they going to get 10% of all the Paps they're sending you. They don't care about that. But Joey can call them as your representative and say, "Yeah, we want to," hook and he's good at that.
Okay.
And he'll get free Paps sent all the time.
Oh,
And
we
that
get the
cut-
free beer. That's the easy
From
part.
Pabst.
Yeah. I just want the money.
Oh, you want the money? You're going.
See,
to
look,
drink.
this is the part. This
I
is the
just
part
care
I'm
about
supposed
the
to be
food.
getting paid for is that I'm fucking drinking it.
You're right.
They know I'm gonna keep drinking it even if they don't pay me.
You threaten them. Threaten them.
I'm gonna
Threaten
send them
Say,
this.
look,
I'm
no,
gonna
no,
send them
no.
this. I talk
on
shit
the air
about
right
you.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Say we're
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
stop drinking your fucking beer. We're gonna call it cat piss.
No, remember when I said I was gonna send someone to beat somebody up?
Don't
Maybe I should bring that up again.
No. Don't. We're not gonna
No.
threaten them like that.
Absolutely
Threaten to
not.
stop.
Say the beer
Threat-
tastes like
You know
cat
what?
piss, but I can't say that. It's so good.
Okay, good. But guess what? There's another one that tastes just as good. You know what it's called?
No.
Rolling Rock. That's
Never
what
heard
I
of
always
it.
do. I pit two
Never heard of
people. You've never heard of Rolling Rock? Well, let
I've
me
never
tell you
heard of
something.
any beer besides Pabst
Well,
Blue
let me tell you
Ribbon.
something. Let me tell you something. From the glass-lined tanks of Old Latrobe, we tender this premium beer as a tribute to your good taste. It comes from the mountain springs to you, 33.
Yeah.
That's on the back of every bottle.
How do you have that memorized?
Because I love it. I drank so many of them. I would just stare at it.
Really?
Yep. And I skipped one sentence. From the glass line tanks of Old Latrobe, we tend to this premium beer.
Does anyone have a pack of backwoods? Because I want to read the thing on the back of that. I want to compete with you. Listen to this. You think that's poetry?
Backwoods. What's that?
No, I need a pack of backwoods. Never mind.
Oh, it's the thing that you make a blunt with?
Yeah, but there's just like this whole paragraph on the back that's so
probably
funny
too
about
much.
back in the day, a man rolled his own cigar or some shit like that.
Yeah, but the grabba got it.
Shanzi, give it to him.
No, it's the grabba. Though. It's the whole
No, that's some other weird shit.
natural tobacco.
So anyways, this whole thing happened because of Joey Alva. What's your Instagram? You have more followers than me, right?
We'll tag Joey. Don't worry. When Joey came on camera during that little part, we'll tag him.
I only have like 20 or 30,000.
How do you feel about a throat tattoo?
right here?
Yeah, you think you could rock it?
Well, do you know my story about that?
No.
That's my favorite guy to fuck, and you know you have one. You know that. So, I have been with guys that have dilligaff on their throat. Do you know what that means? Does it look like I give a
yeah.
fuck? Dilligaff with that
You
fancy...
fucked a guy who had that tattooed on his neck?
He didn't give a fuck, I guess.
Just the initials.
D... Whatever.
That's like a lame bumper sticker that you get at Spencer's in the 90s. You know? Like, that's not like...
Like where I got my black light
That's like, you're just jealous because the voices talk to me.
and my whoopee cushion.
Yeah, your fart pills. I love Spencer's when I was like 12,
Loved
13.
it.
Oh, my
That's
God.
the only place I wanted to go in the mall was there and
Yep.
Pier 1 Import. I was so gay. I
me,
was
it was Hot
designing
Topic.
my room. No, we didn't have Hot
We had Hot
Topic.
Topic by that point.
Yeah.
Pier 1.
Imports.
So you were always
So little. I had a little sugar in my tank.
See, I'm starting to
was a
feel like I'm
fumble.
at that point of my life where I have enough money to actually, and enough, I don't know what else it is. I'm just old enough that I'm starting to actually care about like my furniture. Like all of a sudden I'm like, maybe I'll just buy like a bunch of nice furniture. Like when did that happen?
You're about to blow, I can tell.
You think I'm about to blow?
Not
That means a lot coming from you.
No, I really feel it.
Really?
And I think you're going to, do you own your house?
No, but I'm trying
I
to
think
buy
you're,
one soon.
I think you're going to be buying one. And well, I'm just making a plug for my baby mama. She works at Sotheby's. Lena, you can find her. This is the only commercial.
Mine's
on
Alina
here.
too.
Lina.
Well, Lena. Lena, but it's pronounced Lena. Yeah.
That is interesting though. But she works at Sotheby's in West Hollywood, and she sells houses. She's a real estate agent. So please use her when you buy houses. What was that?
Oh, that was weird. I had like a little burp thing. Sorry. So you think I should use her as my realtor in probably the biggest financial decision of my entire life because you had sex with her previously?
No, not because of that. But
Oh.
just because she's good.
just good.
And then we're friends, you and I.
Yes, we
That-
are.
That reason too. And then I can help
Selfies,
you
man.
design it. And I'm good at. I made just as much money in real estate as I did in acting. Same. amount.
Really?
Yeah. I would buy and flip houses before it was a big thing on HGTV. I was
Oh,
doing
okay.
that. I was doing that years ago.
That's a shame that you're not known as a real estate mogul like Donald Trump, even though you once sexually assaulted his daughter. Can we do that story?
Yeah, you can call it that. That's called me trying to be a made man.
Okay,
I
let's hear
just
it.
touched her bare leg on Jimmy Kimmel
And was this a
in a seductive way.
was this
It
a
was
drunken,
flirtatious.
terrible,
I was drunk.
Okay, like we're really
you can
drunk.
see it
or-
on YouTube.
Okay, I
You
haven't
can
seen
see it on YouTube.
I read it in your.
I
yeah.
just she writes about it.
No, I just read it in your Wikipedia. I didn't know there was a video. If I knew there was a video, I would have watched the video.
That Wikipedia is such bull. My Wikipedia is longer than anybody's,
There's
and
so
my
much fuck shit in it.
IMDb is. I have more credits than Tom Cruise.
Really? Mm-hmm. Wow.
This is now just added to it.
You should have
This,
branded.
this piece of shit podcast.
you feel like you could.
This is one of the most popular podcasts. Says
Do you feel like
Joe.
you could have been, you know, that like the
Coulda
Kevin
been.
Bacon
Oh,
thing,
God, here
where
we
like, oh, everybody's like related to Kevin Bacon, like in terms of movies. You feel like you could have been that guy
I
that they
am
made
that guy.
that. You kind of
I am that guy, but it's like more like there's a movie out right now that I had nothing to do with called Everybody Has an Andy Dick Story. It's
Really?
winning all the awards at all the festivals.
And it's just everybody's story.
My friend from college did it behind my back.
Are you mad?
She said, I was for 2 years. I'm like, I'm not signing off on this, you fucking bitch. It was a girl named Kathy Carlson. She's the director. It's out right now. It's coming. It's like I said, it's
Woefully,
winning the
yeah,
festivals.
I had no idea. Wow.
It's winning. Well, you
I don't know
nobody-
anything about movies or TV. I don't do that
neither.
stuff.
I
do-
didn't even know about a movie that was being made about me. And then she said, I have something to show you. And she showed me. And I'm like, why the fuck would you make a movie about me and not tell me? I could have helped you get more people in it.
Yeah.
You fuck, you're dumb. I'm done with you. And I
So
didn't
you're-
talk to her for 2 years. But then, I watched it again, and it's kind of cool.
Oh, he just handed
Ben
me the
Stiller's
phone
in
that's
it.
playing the clip of you touching her leg. Oh, yeah, look at you.
You'll see. I
Man,
barely
you look pretty
did
well
it.
put together. How long ago was this? Ooh, man, look at you rubbing that knee there. Yeah.
Yeah, see,
Oh,
and
man.
I won't get off
Look
it.
at him remove you from there. Oh, my God. This is hilarious. She's so
Well, her
hot,
leg,
though, right?
in my defense, her legs were glittering. She put on
Yes.
makeup on her legs that glittered.
God, she
Do
is,
you understand?
she is way too
So
hot,
and
right?
yeah, she's so hot.
That's fucked up.
And rich. So I'm like, this is
Yeah.
fucking. And I was looking good. Look how cute
And
I am.
her dad's kind of a good guy.
I'm like, this is gonna
No, I'm
work
just
out
kidding.
for
I
me.
don't like her dad.
Oh yeah.
You hate her dad?
I don't care about Trump. I have nothing to say about him. I don't care.
Why, are you afraid of
can't-
losing fans or something?
No, I can't believe he's president.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem.
It seems kind of boring to just like. Don't.
It doesn't seem like he.
I get kind of.
It
bored.
shows you how America is. They have
Yeah.
a puppet. You know what I mean?
Once in a while, though,
He's not the president.
cl-
All the people behind him.
You
are
click on a
running
podcast
things.
these days, and they're just talking about Trump, and it's kind of like, ugh.
It's boring.
There's just
Are we
not that
getting
much
off
left,
on
you know?
hating our own president? I don't get it. I don't care. I'm not allowed to vote. I'm a felon. I don't care. I'm out of the
Why are you a
public.
felon?
Touching the president's
That was
daughter.
it.
I don't know. I really.
I don't know.
Oh no. It's called fleeing the scene of a crime.
Oh.
I crashed my car and then walked to my girlfriend's house. I crashed the car right in front of her house. What am I going to do? Sit in the car that might blow up at any moment?
Yeah.
I just got out of the car and was walking to her house to say, we need to call the police. And I got tackled. And they write you up for everything. And
Yeah.
they said because I was walking away from the car I just crashed, they called it fleeing the crime, which is a felony. See what I mean?
It's
bullshit.
funny with people like you who are famous in like the 80s and 90s because when you look at their Wikipedia, every single crime they get caught for, it's also like possession of a small amount of marijuana.
Yeah.
Like, no matter
back
what.
Then, yeah, you weren't allowed to have it. You guys are all smoking pot all fucking day and night.
People
back
walk up and
then,
down the
I had
street
to
all day,
hide
man.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was bad
Well,
back
it's still
then.
like that in most of the world.
Chop your hands off.
People leave YouTube comments constantly just astounded by the way that we smoke weed in public, you know?
I am.
Yeah. Me too. I'm horrified.
No, I'm not horrified, but I'm like, God, they're lucky. Back in the day, I really had to hide it.
Even in LA? I feel like in
Yes.
LA it wasn't
No.
that bad.
Oh, I had to hide it.
I wasn't here, so I don't know.
Yeah, I really had to hide it.
So what do you think you got out of this podcast? You're going to have to fight Joe Rogan.
No, trust me, he's so self-involved. He's not going to listen to this. He might hear tell of it through a friend.
Right.
He might be like one of his friends, like Red Band. Red Band.
I really couldn't blame him if he didn't listen to it because I would hope that if I was as famous as he is, that I wouldn't be
doesn't have
paying that much
time.
attention to
He
what
doesn't
people are
have
saying about me,
time.
you know? Yeah.
No, he doesn't fucking care. He doesn't have time. He's either working out or doing his podcast.
But do you feel like you're fully involved in like the conversations that are happening about you on a public level? Like
No.
if you knew that some
and I don't
YouTube
care.
channel made a video about you, you don't care enough to go watch
No.
it. They're making a whole movie about you and you didn't care enough to find out about it. I guess that's kind of
No,
telling.
I watched it once because she made me go
Was
to
that
this.
an enjoyable experience?
No, I told you I got very mad, and,
Yeah.
and then but people were saying very nice things, and I said, I realized what she was doing, which kind of sucked, is that she put a bunch of her friends in it. I'm like, the story. Ben's real, Ben Stiller. This person's real. This guy, I know him, but I don't know that guy, and that story is not true. And I don't know that girl, and that story is not true. He's like, those are my friends. They swear it happened. I'm like, well, I don't know them, and I'd prefer if you took them out.
So you
and
were
I'll give
able
you
to
some
have
real friends.
You had some control over it?
They edited it a little bit,
Yeah.
but they didn't edit out bad stories. I let my friends tell a bad story because I remember. Believe me, I remember it, and if I don't remember it, they'll tell me the next day, like your girlfriend did, saying, last night, here's what you did. Every story that ever happened to me, somebody would tell me what I did. She literally put her friends in.
Yeah.
Fucking bitch. It
Opportunist,
does
man.
It really does piss me off. But it was my own fault because she said, hey, will you help me do this? Will you do this? Will you do this? And I just said, bitch, just fucking do it. Don't even tell me. Don't ask me. Just do it.
Yeah.
And then she really did it. She made a movie about me. But it's winning awards. It's fine.
Yeah. Hey,
So
man.
I have that.
You can't control what other people say about you.
I'm trying to think of, I know you can't. And I don't care. And you got to learn not to care. Do people talk shit about you?
Oh, hell yeah.
They do?
Yeah, man.
What do they say?
I don't know. It's
Crazy.
bad person, piece of shit. I don't know.
They really say that.
I don't know. What do they say about you? They say you're a bad person, you're a piece of shit. That's
I don't
what
listen.
else are you
I
gonna
don't
say?
know what they say.
I mean, you can't
A lot
really
of people
worry.
say nice things, and
Yeah.
on my, I block people. I block people on Twitter.
I don't really see. I block them if I feel like they're doing too much, like they're like harassing, or also if they say bad things about my girlfriend or my family or something. That's when I really.
It can get dangerous. And
Yeah,
my
I really
daughter's
don't.
real pretty. She's 19 and she's pretty, and you got to be protective.
Right. So you don't want to introduce her to me or anything? No.
This guy over
This
here.
guy.
No, she can handle her own. Trust me. I would love to introduce her to you.
Yeah. She's probably already a
Because
fan.
I'd be laughing.
She's probably hyped that you're hanging out with me right now.
No,
She's
she
probably already
doesn't care.
Snapchatting about it.
No. She's not like that. No, she does not care. She's like, God, she's a bitch. I didn't even get into it about her. I was
A
going to talk.
19-year-old beautiful daughter is a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
She's one of them that I live with. And her fucking boyfriend, her entitled millennial fucking faggot boyfriend.
A couple of years from now, I'd like to crack into a cold PBR with her. When she's legal. She's 19 now.
She is legal. That's legal.
Not to drink alcohol.
Oh. She doesn't. She doesn't really. Well, we went to the Kern River.
What's that?
Whitewater rafting.
Oh, really?
It was her birthday, and that's what she wanted to do, and we did that. Went camping for 10 days.
See, that's not the kind of thing that the average 19-year-old girl that
She's
I know
crazy.
does.
She's absolutely
Whitewater
nuts, and
rafting.
she actually drank.
Really?
But she normally doesn't. But
Sounds kind of wholesome.
it was wholesome.
Is that the closest you felt to like a regular person in a while?
No, I'm always a regular person. What do you? You still don't know me, huh? That's like another friend of mine who I barely knew. I knew him from rehab. He's like, "You went camping? You don't seem like the camping type." I camped my whole life. I was a Boy Scout
I'm not the camping type.
with a little.
If anyone
sugar
said that
in my
about me, they'd be spot on. Yeah, I ain't going on and doing
I'm
no
taking you
goddamn
camping.
camping. I would do that, yeah.
I would take you camping because you'll love it. Because I wind up glamping. And I had to sneak away from my daughter with my ex and go down into town and go to a 5-star restaurant and have filet mignon and lobster. Then we'd go back up and we'd fish. And we caught a trout. And I cooked the trout in the morning. And I had trout and eggs.
How was the trout that
I
you
said
caught
my
compared to the filet
I
mignon?
said my favorite part of camping was the lobster.
There you
The
go.
lobster tail.
Yeah.
Which I didn't catch. I have to pee so bad. Can
I
we talk
think-
to
no.
Joey for a second before we end? I know you want to end.
Okay, fine.
Joey,
go.
come here. Say hi. And explain. Do the 30-second. 30-second.
We just did the hour and 36-minute version. Damn, Joey, should have had you on mic the whole time. How you doing?
Dude, I'm good. How are
I'm
you?
gonna tack this on at the end. How you doing?
God, we're great.
So I met you through Maud.
Absolutely.
In
Shout
the
out to
middle of
Mom
the
right now,
interview, you just
Minnesota.
so you were really working at a call center, and you just
Dude, Corpus Christi, Texas, call center, get Andy's name popping up. I knew it. He called. I was like, "Hello, I'm Joey Alva."
and that was the only famous person you ever had to call, I assume.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
that you
I wrote
knew.
his number down. Didn't even. I got fired because of that too. By the way.
Because you wrote his number down.
Yeah.
How'd
because
they
I wrote my
know?
number down. Well, because they have cameras and stuff like that, and then also too.
I
So
can't
they gave
believe
me.
they would be that strict about it. Jesus.
They're on their shit, and then because you're taking credit card numbers down and shit too, so like you know what I mean. So then on top of that, the next day they call me in. Mod has a show right down the street from where I'm at. They fire me right there, and I'm like, all right, I don't give a shit. I'm going to the show. Go right to the show. Then I tweet Mod, and he comes out. I'm smoking weed with Mod and stuff like that. We start hanging out, and then I'm telling him I'm going to California, and so he was like, yeah, I'm thinking about moving out there too and stuff. And so we do all that, and then pretty much I'm out there 2 weeks later, my birthday, hanging out with him. And then he was like, do you have a place to live? Shout out to Jenny for letting me stay there. Andy forgot to mention that. He was like, do you have a place to live? Calls this girl across the street, was like, yo, my new assistant needs a place to stay.
Oh, yeah, I didn't want him living with me.
He didn't know me. We didn't know each other at the time, so it only made sense.
Yeah.
After that, we started hanging out
Showed up.
every day. And then what else happened? I started meeting everybody through Andy, so I would get their numbers down. Then he would get like.
And I said, that's what I.
Can you get a little
Come
closer
here.
to the mic? Yeah.
I
Sit
said
on
I
his
was
lap. Give him a
gonna
little.
tell
Oh yeah, there you
I
go.
was going to tell you in the beginning, I was going to say, I said, look, I'm not going to give you anything. You can carry my bags and drive me around, but please use me as a stepping stone to get somewhere else. Go somewhere, because I'm not the be all end all. I'm nothing. I'm not going to help you on
But
any
once
of
you're
that.
in this world, there's a
Yeah.
lot of opportunity.
Yeah. And then he said, I like this guy, Mod's son. I love him. And I'm like, go, please go. I'll get you tickets or whatever you need, go. And he went and he befriended Mod's son. And then you worked for him for way longer than me.
Yeah, shout out Mod's son. He's in Minnesota
You're
right now. He just
hurting me.
killed
Shout
it.
out
I'm
Mod. Go watch
sorry.
his interview. You look like a ventriloquist right now, by the way. Or one of you.
But yeah, we just did a 2-hour interview, Andy.
Okay, we're
That
out.
was awesome, man. You guys are great. Andy, I'm
you
so
guys.
glad that we're great friends now. No Jumper,
are.
coolest podcast in the world. Check us out on YouTube, SoundCloud, iTunes.
So wait, is it No Jumper or coolest podcast in the world?
It's
Or-
No Jumper, the coolest podcast in the world.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Peace.
Thanks. That was great. Can I really have this? I don't need it.
I mean, if you want.
No. Tell him to make another one.
was amazing.
That was fun. Thanks.
I'm ballin' like an athlete, but got no jumper. I'm ballin' like an athlete, but got no jumper.